We are doing another episode of Splinters of Faith. We are running a game originally made for Pathfinder, but I've converted over to 5th edition. And yeah, we're a couple episodes in, and
Like
the
12.
yeah, it's pretty good. And the group has finally found the Flame of Dargath and brought it back to its rightful kiln. And hopefully, that's all the city needs for them to be on their way. So, as we get started, the first question is they have said it'll take them approximately a week to do this joining of the flames, or sorry, blessing of the joining flame ceremony, and that'll get it recreated. Um, what do you all want to do for that week?
What are the amenities of this fine town that we're in?
Well, it's got pretty much everything you might need if you were a dwarf.
Okay.
So, you can do stuff like drink and mine and get stronger and drink, I guess. Oh, you can also build stuff. What
Okay.
did you have in mind?
Hmm. Would Cyrus be able to potentially find a day job as like like in a tinkerer's workshop or something, as just while he's waiting, like provide service, almost like a contractor?
Yeah, I think so. You could probably find uh work like that.
Cool. A little bit what Cyrus is trying to do, partially to help out the locals with his expertise and solving any issues that he might be able to, partially learning from experts to further his own artificer knowledge base, and also partially to try and make some money with good old fucking. My brain just immediately went to all the like procurement contracts where he having to look over at work. I was like, okay, it's time for recruiter contracts, boys. Is it AOG time? I think it is, but no, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole just yet.
Yeah, you can find do you think you'd rather be trying to do stuff like working on like items like maybe jewelry and the such, or would you want to be trying to work on like mechanical devices?
I think it would be probably mechanical devices more than anything else, like especially clockwork, if there's watches or anything. If there's more complicated, almost magitech stuff, then sure, but just whatever's available. What would be thematically relevant for the town?
They don't have anything Magitech related. The
Cool.
closest thing they have to clockwork is clocks.
Okay.
So you can help with those kind of mechanical things.
Sweet. Well,
There are stuff like that, yeah.
like how about like clocks, watches, that sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, you can probably, um, I don't know, probably not quite a gold a day. You're probably looking at probably like 75 silver a day you could make, for just general, well, not general, but for a specific, like, talented labor.
Okay, cool.
What about everybody else?
So Myrna would have tried to find slash look through their probably meager library because she probably read a bunch of books about ale works and whatnot, and she's just all right. I'm done. So now, after going through the books, she's gonna go and study kiln work as well, and then she'll also try to help out like as far as lifting heavy shit. And it's like, okay, teach me how to, I don't know, do some of this wielding stuff. And she's mostly going to spend the time working out and or helping out with the forge and stuff to the best of her abilities, since she is not a you know
Smith.
thank you.
Smith.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely help out around the town. Your height alone provides quite the benefit.
Oh yeah.
This is
Hell
opposite
yeah.
of real life.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, most things here are built for those that are smaller, but there are, even in our world, there are things that are taller than what are built for most people. So yeah, you can definitely find out like that. And speaking of getting stronger, there is a Temple of Strength. It's one of the I think it's in the one that's labeled as P, but I'll verify.
For power.
No, sorry, it's N. Is the Shrine to Strength.
I want to
Not
believe
weak
it's.
anymore.
I want to believe it's just like a gym, but they call it the Shrine of Strength.
Yeah, like
I mean, so it's like an open floor room and holds a single slab of granite, and you can see lines of stone benches and a crude altar. And behind the altar are open spaces that allow for the dwarves that live there to perfect their physical prowess by exercising with crude weights constructed from iron anvils that have like metal handholds like welded onto them. And
Oh, it is a gym.
it is a gym.
yeah, it's a gym.
Amazing.
There are practice dummies that are dressed in like orcs that have been beaten and bashed in and stuff that used for sparring and weapon training. And then there's sort of miscellaneous weaponry that sits on the shelves around the walls. Would you like to go into that at all?
Yes.
Okay. Well, once you step in, you'll see that there is a male dwarf who's sort of running the place. He is the sort of the overarching like patron here. He sort of watches over it. Second thing you notice about him is he has a very unusual accent. The first thing you notice is his smell, and it is very overbearing.
Oh dear.
Is he stank or sweaty? What kind of stank is this?
He doesn't. Yes, he smells sort of sweaty, sort of stinky, but not quite like he's just been working out all day. Like there's something else. It's some kind of like other funk that you haven't really smelled from here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of
Gamer
like
musk. Sweet.
It's
Yeah.
an unholy odor.
It's more akin to what you smelled when you were in the mud tunnels.
Yeah, I was like the swamp. Okay.
Oh, he poop himself.
No. That's kind of the stench. That sort of like wet grass and mud type smell that he sort of has on him for some reason. And yeah, he acts a bit odd. His mannerisms are very off. And his name is Thak, Thak. But he is definitely big and strong.
All right. Well, we're not gonna comment on his scent because that would be rude.
Very.
So she comes in, notices him, notices his aura, but she's just like, I heard this is the Temple of Strength. I'm here to train.
Everything here is
strength.
strong. Muscles and sense.
Yes. He's like, well, welcome. You're here to shine the strength. He's like, yeah. See that anvil? Pick it up and put it down. Pick it up and put it down. You'll be there in no time.
Okay.
Squat.
She says, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Ha
1 point of awesome.
Yep.
All right, I guess she'll just like work out or something. You could go to the next person.
Can you give me a perception roll?
Can do.
A 14. Okay. So as you're talking to him and he's sort of showing you around, because everything looks like an anvil, but somehow it's a weight. So he's like showing you the things that you can pick up with one hand, or the thing that you're supposed to pick up with two hands, or the thing that would be like a barbell versus a dumbbell, and things like that.
Yeah.
You notice that he wears a particularly like dainty silver charm around his neck. That has a little like piece snapped off of it.
Oh.
Yep, it's a little silver, like a silver charm on a silver necklace, and it looks like the silver charm is broken off of something, or something broke off of it.
Okay. She will make a note of that, and then she will like as he shows her around, and then when there's like a lull in conversation, she'll just like, I noticed your jewelry there. It's broken. What happened? Did that happen here? Did you accidentally snap it with a barbell?
He looks down at it and he's like, oh yeah, uh, I'm not sure. I just remember like waking up with it, and like it it means something, but I don't know what. It's just it's important.
Well, okay, if it's important, you should take it off during your reps, shouldn't you? Like if you broke a piece of it before, don't you think you'll continue to break it?
No. It always like this before I ever got here. I
Here,
wasn't.
as in
Yeah, I
Anvil
wasn't.
Plunge?
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't always here, but I don't know where I was before. You can tell,
Brenna
like,
finds that strange.
you can tell he's trying to think, but he is not really all there in up top. Um, so yeah, as he sort of describes it, he was wandering, is the words that he would use, um, to describe like before he was at Anvil Plunge, but he can't really describe like where he was before that, just that he was, and then he found his way here and more or less found purpose. But he's had it for a while, and it's always been this way. Being like looking like it was broken of some sort, it's always been this way.
Do you have any jewelers in town? Because I figured they might be able to help you reconstruct it to its former appearance.
He's kind of looking at it. He's like, I don't know what it used to look like.
Well,
This is all I know.
well, yeah, but don't you think that like a professional could help you restore it? Like even though it still holds meaning now, like
He's I don't know. I hadn't thought of that. Huh.
yeah.
Yeah, we have that guy, the really short one. He's so short.
Brenna's like, yeah, the short one. What's his name?
She says, looking severely down.
um now I have forgotten it. Yeah, the Brute Mouse. He's so mouse like. Yeah, I'll go talk to Brute Mouse. Okay.
He's so mouse-like.
Yeah, so that would be referring to Romsel, Brute Mouse, the guy that runs the market type place with the.
Right. Oh, right. After our reps, we should go together. Let's go see Mr. Mouse. I'm because despite my large appearance, I like jewelry.
Pretty. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He sort of like claps his hands together, like, but first we finish our reps.
Yes, let's finish our reps. Feel the burn.
Okay. Who else?
Me or Sunny? You got what you want to do?
Yeah, sure. Sonny, after like seeing if he can find a home for like the weapons he's been collecting, like seeing if the town guard needs any more weapons or anything like that.
Yeah, they'll always, take spares. If nothing else, you can take it to the gym and they'll use it for sparring practice and things like that. If it seems like it's damaged or beyond like real use, they'll just use it as a training item.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonny's just repurposing these weapons, giving them new life, new home. And then Sonny will retreat to the mines.
Yeah?
He has things he's thinking about and he wants to be alone.
Okay.
So he'll find a particularly abandoned shaft or, one not being occupied, and he'll just swing away pretty much.
Yeah, you can easily find, your own, like there are parts where they thought, the veins they think have run dry or, the people are on their lunch break or whatever. Yeah, you can easily find a spot that seems empty. It may take you, you have to ask around to figure out how to get to where the mines are. But, yeah. What would you like to do there?
Sonny's just, he's digging pretty much.
Okay.
Just gets
physically and mentally.
Yeah. I guess when he's not digging it, he'll like just do slow rounds around the town, trying to see if he remembers the town, like what this place was before it was like this.
You can remember. The big difference is the wall. The outer wall that's here is new, and the buildings sort of look like they've been, like, not necessarily remade, but sort of like, prosperity. Yes, yeah. That's really the big difference. Where on the map where D, E, and G are that outer wall of rooms and everything, that's also the newest addition to accommodate as the population has grown. But other than that, it's a lot the way you left it. It just looks, you don't remember the statues to Dargath, or anything of that nature, and the equipment in the inner sanctum definitely looks more powerful, I guess might be a good way to describe it, more ornate, things like that, of that nature. But it's a lot the way you left it. You can find your way around, even around the city, even without asking for help. You know mostly where you're going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so from your memories, you can remember being here and being with Dargath, and sort of him showing you around and where you used to stay with him and stuff like that. Is there anything in particular you're trying to, a memory you're looking for, or just trying to remember as much as possible?
Yeah, just trying to dredge up things about Dargath, I guess, that I would, from my time with him.
Yeah, you just remember him treating you as if he was a mentor, mostly. You had good times. You broke a couple weapons or tools, and he was just, but always took it in stride, and wanted to make sure things were still going well for you. Either Ridiel or Landolin?
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to make sure that we were close to the same audio. I think we're good.
Oh, okay.
I was like, we all eventually got it, so I think so. Lan wants to basically be backseat on the entire crafting process. He wants to learn how it's done. He's very interested in creating this crazy new version of the scepter, and he's very sure that no one has documented it in the way that he will before, back then. So he's drawing sketches. Yeah, exactly. He's drawing sketches of the process.
Did we decide what it was gonna be?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so that was the question. Did you what you wanted the head of this new scepter to be? How you wanted to design, basically. If you wanted to look more like a hammer, a mace, an axe, sort of what you're thinking.
A mace last time, right?
I believe so. It was going to be blunt.
It was a toss-up between a mace or making it a whip. Yeah, like a chain whip.
Right. And then we decided that maybe a flail could work because it's just stick kind of ring and then heads that are attached with one head. I don't know. Land's not in control of the process, but you would say I think it would fall to Sunny being the closest to the original creation, or if not him, then Ashen Chisel is the only other person that I can think of.
They're going to be making a new one, so it's the one that you guys brought with you is not being used. They can recycle it, but it isn't based off the old one, so they can sort of make it however you see fit.
Right.
If we make it a whip,
Mm-hmm.
I'm heavy enough where my walk cycle looks like that.
The only downside is, I think it needs to be still something with a wooden handle to
Mhm.
it.
Handle, and then it's got the whippy part, the flaily
Yeah.
whippy part at the end.
Yeah,
Up
you
to
could do a
you.
wooden
It's
handle.
like one of the flails like one of the whips rather from Castlevania.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was meaning like it wouldn't really work as like a long range
Mm-hmm.
whip. It would still have to remain as a melee type weapon.
Right.
What are those Japanese weapons that's like a knife on the end of a chain?
Kusarigama.
Could it be something like that?
Or it's
but
like a knife dart or something like that. It's called, right? It's like just a rope with a knife in the end, pretty much.
I think it's a rope
What
dart.
Rope dart.
It was
that's it.
something like that, but it's got like a mace head on the end, so it's like a heavy impacted thing that can just fly in, smack you in the face, and be redirected. Blah blah blah. Similar to a flail, but more targeted.
A meteor hammer, like
There
the
you go.
chain with the ball at the end that you like wrap around and then you
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
out. Yeah, meteor hammer is the name. Yep.
You could.
I'm a Gundam.
The only thing I would hold back on that is that you may want it, because remember it was like as a stake through
Mm-hmm.
the vampire.
This is in.
So
All right.
And the handle can still have the stake,
Yeah,
right?
the handle can be the
Okay.
snake part, and you could also have the whippy part. Let us do the cool thing.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Wrong
not saying. I'm just
dagger
saying
on
like
one
that's
side.
yeah.
So
So
like
yeah,
alright.
blade made for staking.
Okay, so it's gonna have this. This is like a 5-year-old just drawing. He's like, and I want everything on my ice cream sundae. So my Gundam transformation, I will have the meteor hammer, and then fucking Cyrus puts his gun on my back, and then I'm just a Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
I like it.
god.
Oh, one more thing before we progress, I would like to ask, where's the dog?
The Dar, he followed you back home. So he's here. He can be if someone wants to keep him with them, or if you want to give him to somebody. Either one is a possibility.
Okay.
What do you guys think you would want to do? Give him let him find a new home, or keep him as a pet?
I mean, Myrna's gonna. She was just going to suggest that since they brought him back to Anvil Plunge. Goodness gracious.
Where is Amberfall, and do you need to go back there?
Yeah, apparently. She's like, okay, well, you're here. She's like looking at Ridiel's like, I mean, I guess you could tell him you could either stay with us or find a nice dwarf family to hang out with. Since she's the only one who could talk to the dog. But that like she's directing it at him, but then she asked Ridiel, she's like, so yeah. And she still offers him pets, of course, because
I mean,
So, you go.
prior Ridiel was like, do you want to come with us? Do you want to stay here? Do you want to like try and get back to what's his face's girlfriend? Because theoretically we're going back there anyway. And I think the dog was interested in that because he didn't necessarily dislike her.
Yeah, he remembers her, has good memories of her, but he doesn't know where she is. Like he doesn't know how to go there, so he couldn't go back to her on his own. So
What about the movie, like Homeward Bound? Dogs can get anywhere.
he just doesn't know. It's been a while. He doesn't know where that is. But yeah, he could. If you're thinking of having him maybe being traveling around and maybe finding There's also the caravan. They could use an animal that is trained and, you know, a protector.
What does the dog want?
Dog doing.
What does the fox say?
The dog doesn't really have a preference. He just wants. He doesn't want to be alone, and he wants. I guess he would want to be outdoors, since he's been trained as a ranger's pet. He prefers the outdoors. He wouldn't want to be living in just inside someone's house here.
Cyrus will chime up and be like, "No, as cute as dog is, I don't think that it coming with us is going to be particularly good for his for his health. If you get what I'm saying."
Probably not, but if he's trying to find what's his name's, companion, he might have to travel with us to get to her, or he could stay with the caravan.
I think the caravan's a better option of the two, personally.
I'm just gonna continue to ask the dog.
He's a trained companion. His opinion, he doesn't have much of his own opinions, other than the things he enjoys, which is outdoors.
He wants to be able to stand outside and bark at things. Understandable.
So yeah, if you bring him with you, he will go with you. If you tell him to stay here and be happy, he will stay here and be happy. So it's kind of the way.
It bothers me and also Ridial that this dog doesn't have its own opinion.
Well, it's a trained pet. That was bred out of him. Probably beaten, honestly.
No.
Look, I'm just being honest. I don't know how you train a dog in medieval times.
Oh my god.
Other than magic.
We are trying to avoid dog sad.
They just walk up to you and they're like, "Hey, we're friends now," and you're like, "Oh, that's how you train a dog."
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, offer bone. Now we're friendship.
Catch it in a net.
Friendship.
Now we're friendship.
There you
Put it
go.
in
It's
your
your friend.
pasture.
That's it, right? That's all you got to do.
Savages.
But no, it probably has no idea of like its own personhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For lack of a better term.
Yeah. Once Rusgart died, it was a huge blow to him, and he doesn't really know anything at that point. I mean, that's not the right word, but he's just sort of lost almost. He doesn't really have his own opinions and stuff like that. He's
Dog oppression.
Yeah. I don't want to mention that Futurama episode, but I just did. I'm sad now. But yeah, probably.
Ridial wants to take the dog back to the lady friend.
Okay.
Myrna is okay with the dog staying with the caravan, but also would be okay with escorting it to the lady friend since they are already going that way.
Cyrus is concerned about the dog's safety on the way to the lady friend and thinks the caravan would be better for its long-term health, but is also not strongly opinionated against taking the dog with them to see lady friend.
Lan thinks to himself, what dog?
The coyote.
Yeah.
Gravy.
But yeah, I mean, as long as we can keep the dog safe, I see no reason why not to bring it with us.
Okay.
But we got to keep it safe, right? Like that's the thing.
As it's a trained dog, it knows how to, if nothing else, it knows how to protect itself, and or get to its own safe location. So, as far
Does
as
it know stay? Because then we just minor illusion a bush around it. No one will ever look there. Right?
I mean,
it does. It does indeed know stay, sit,
okay.
roll over.
So, yeah, Sunny's opinion is like it's gonna be in danger with us. Like, why does dog can follow sense? Like, have dog go where it wants. Find good sense. It can take care of it. It can take care of itself. So
Yeah, so it
If
will
it
never go to the
comes-
Temple of Strength because it smells too bad.
I mean, dog might like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was like, dogs
True.
like terrible smells.
Dog never ends up leaving the city. Just hangs out outside the Temple of Strength all day. I'm in dog heaven.
Okay. So as far as Lanvelin is, you're mostly going to be recording this whole process, is what you said?
Yeah, and helping out if they need any help specifically, enhancing, like, because he can, cast magic to help them. This is going to sound weird with their endurance. It's a thing that that he knows for reasons. I could
Performance enhancing drugs.
exactly performance enhancing drugs, magic, healing if they need it, making random items every once in a while if they need that too. Just trying to help them through the process. And the other thing that he's going to do while doing that is stress the fact that the woman in the swamp, not the witch, he will not call her a witch, is really mad. And
yes,
they really should patch all the otter holes, probably. And maybe patrol a little bit more just to see what she's up to. But that's not, he's like, I would hate to see anything bad happen.
Okay.
We did tell them that she like is in a cult, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Lan's very concerned about that.
Okay.
Yes, you did mention to Action Chisel that the, what you found, who she was colluding with, both the scum and the deity. So, he's perturbed about that. But in his sort of as the fashion of the whole town, they're pretty sure that she's just gonna stay away. But they will beef up the physical security around the grate and the flame to protect it more. Have make the grate is a little bit smaller. With your
make the grate great again.
Yes. With your studying of the Dargrass tier, you know the command word, and you were able to tell him, give them the command words so they can turn it on and off. And he has said that they will try and be more sparing with it, only use the water when they're actively using it for ceremonies, instead of just having, the faucet running 24/7.
Right.
So that should help. Granted, it's still a sewer, but a little bit of a sewer versus what the ground can seep and rivers and stuff like that. While it is a swamp, it is also, there is a river that runs out of there. And so, creatures that live there have built up and made sort of like dams and whatnot. So it won't, just having it as a normal sewer will be fine. That part should be okay. And without the constant water for the next millennia, it shouldn't get worse.
Right. Because it was endless and it was 24 hours and who knows how much water that was. But yeah, he's definitely stressing that because he plans on coming back here and maybe learning to craft one of these days. So he wants them around.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he doesn't want it to disappear overnight.
Yeah.
Because of which?
This is a bastion of artisans, and he is also one. So no, he's not letting that happen. Whatever he can do.
Very good. Okay. Ridiel, what would Ridiel like to do?
So along those same lines, because she doesn't really know what Lan's doing, she has started up a petition to make sure that the Tears of Dargath are used correctly. And along the same lines, has tried to convince people that they need like an environmental awareness committee for what the city is doing to the surrounding wildlands. And it's probably not going very well, but she's trying anyway.
Okay.
She's probably gonna stay in the woods outside the town more than in the town itself.
Hippie chick handing out flyers about the environment in a town full of dwarves.
There's two different ways. I'm telling them shoot her better, and she's like, "Hey, fix the environment," and she won't come. It's the same thing, right?
Well, maybe in doing this, you're going to convince them, maybe shooting her better isn't that bad of an idea, and they're going to actually agree with Charles's plan, and bam, therefore off you go.
Oh my god.
So when she's not hanging out in the woods and seeing what the town does to fuck up the woods and the swamp around and start some sort of awareness of this, she is hanging out in the library, trying to figure out what the hell the poem they found in that tomb might be referring to.
Which poem?
The one above the doors.
Like first forged in Dargrass fire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That junk. Like she doesn't know what all of this stuff is referring to, so she's trying to get a better knowledge base.
Okay. I mean, it's about rebuilding the scepter, because you're doing
Yes.
that. Okay.
But she don't know who Bashaba is or Eldath.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, looking up the gods involved and seeing, like where they are, who worships them. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
How the fuck do you get 2 kisses from Bashaba's daughter? What
Mhm.
is that? Is that like literal or metaphorical? That kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, since that is the next step, that's the one you're researching. You can read up on Bishaba. She is a goddess of luck or misfortune. There's two sides to every coin, right? She is mostly worshipped down in, or was, I should say, mostly worshipped down in Bargasport, which is a major trading town, sort of, what would that be, southwest of you all, and that's where she was last sort of worshipped. When you read about her, it says that she is a neutral. Hold on, let me make sure that I have that right. Chaotic. So she is a chaotic deity, but chaotic neutral is what you are reading. As fate can be fickle, both good and bad. But her being worshipped there led to what they believe was a mass volcano explosion that flooded the city with soot and mud and debris and buried most of the city.
Cool.
Yeah, and so that was about 1,000 years ago that this explosion happened and flooded the city, and because of that, a lot of people stopped worshiping her, feeling that she did all the we gave her this worship and she made our city prosper, and then she got pissed at us for some reason and destroyed the town, and she just flips on a dime like that. So we're done. But there are others that still do.
It's not me, it's you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just
Great,
rolled
you guys-
poorly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just get rid of the people that you don't like with volcanoes.
Yep.
All right. Do I have a time in this week to research the next couple things, if not all of them, or not?
You'll be able to. I don't have all of them pulled up right now.
Okay.
But that's the most pressing one, and I'm sure that once you get to Bargasport, you can find enough history for the next.
Okay, right now I'm writing in my notes. Philip owes you God lore.
Ah, yes, but the DM is capricious.
Mm-hmm.
Also chaotic neutral.
Uh,
Fuck, I'm gonna get volcanoed.
Yeah.
So speaking of the cart, for maybe the dog, they are ready to head out. They've been here for about 3 days now.
Where are they planning on going?
They were gonna head to Bargasport. That was their next place.
So useful.
Well, because that was the connecting route. Like, they go between Bargasport and Stormhaven? Not Stormhaven. I can't remember. The other city that was east of Lisef. And so it was a trek back and forth that they did. And you guys convinced them to come up here, which...
I remember. I just
Yeah.
don't remember where they were going afterward.
Gotcha. But they've stayed their welcome. They're ready to go.
Okay.
So then, yeah.
Everybody...
But it's only this is after like 3 days of being here, not the full 7 more that you need.
Mhm.
Well, goodbye.
So yeah, you can either they would like to leave. You've helped them a lot. You gave them protection. They've gotten slightly new items, though they don't normally sell these types of materials, so they're not exactly sure how it's going to go. But yeah. So I didn't know if you guys wanted to do anything with that or just have them head out. And if they head out, is Gravy going with them or with you?
Mm-hmm.
What the dog do?
Well, I guess just tell them, we're going that direction. Hold on. We're going that direction anyway, so you can go now if you want to, but we can't leave yet.
How long?
You said 3 days, so 4 days.
No, like when you guys got there, it was 3 days ago. It's the first. I'm sort of like saying like the start of the
first.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's a week for them. Another week of them here, where they can't really they've sold their stuff. They sold their stuff and they've bought some stuff, so they're kind of out of trading.
Yeah. Well, that thing we came here to do, they're doing it, and it's gonna take a week. So if you need to go, I get it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean this is our living. We don't really have any money that we can just spend, buying food here for the next week. And we've pretty much done all the trading.
Financially sound.
What was it?
That doesn't sound very financially sound.
It's all the avocado toast that they're buying.
No, what I'm saying, we can't just spend money for the next week eating here, not gaining any new money. How is that not financially sound?
I get it, but why don't you have? You know what? This isn't relevant. If you gotta go, you gotta go.
Okay. Well, it's been fun, I guess. Thanks for the protection, although it wasn't really needed. But hey, you never know when it's going to be needed, right? I'm not mad about that.
You would have rolled a bad die or something.
And die on what? Are you guys gambling in the back?
Yeah, it's fortune and stuff.
Okay. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, Land's not gonna try and stop him.
Okay. Then the two of them will sort of have all of their stuff packed up, and they'll probably leave that next morning. What about Gravy?
No.
Gravy staying with you?
Yes.
Okay.
He's traveling with us to find the lady.
Also, I want to rehabilitate him so that he can make decisions by himself.
I want to fix him, not in that way.
Yeah, you may be. I don't know. I was like, you may be overestimating the intelligence of a dog, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the rest of us are underestimating.
I'll just take Gravy with me when I do hunting stuff and be like, look, you know how to do this. You can take care of yourself if you want to do life by yourself or whatever.
I think.
Do dogs like being by themselves?
He's a coyote. He's a wild dog.
But are they by themselves?
Okay, so it'll be like in the movies. We'll run across a pack of coyotes and we'll come over the ridge and be like, "Awoo!" And Gravy will be like, "Those are like me. You guys aren't me. I'm gonna go with them." And we'll be like, "Goodbye, Gravy." And that's how that'll go.
So the end of the Jungle Book, but
yes, exactly.
Land's idea is all we need to do is find a druid.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of arcana, and there are ways to grant intelligence to beasts.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, don't make the dog self-aware. Then it'll be depressed even more.
Yeah, we don't want to give animals depression, okay?
Hey, you didn't give the animal to depression. Life gave it depression. You just awoke it to it. So it's not really our fault, right?
No,
Very
it's worse
true.
because we facilitated depression.
We gave it. Yeah, we broke it out of the matrix and then said, "Go ahead, do whatever you want."
Yeah, exactly.
And that's not fun. It's true, but that's what Land thinks. Like, if that's the outcome you want, we could find a way. Yeah.
Oh no.
I'd listen to the ranger. That's what the ranger wants to do. Okay.
No, it's not that far, Jeeps.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, everybody's work goes about as you would expect. With the studying and your petitioning for Ridiel, you're able to get a couple people who, you're able to convince them that like we need this like location to keep us surviving. We probably shouldn't destroy it too much. They are still very much a capitalist, production-based economy, so they have to do somewhat. But yeah, they agree, both with the water and the surrounding areas.
I understand you guys like forges, but global warming is real.
Yeah. As far as the story with Thack and Brute Mouse, he'll offer to fix the necklace if he can sort of describe what it was beforehand, which Thack cannot do.
Well, who took you in like when you first moved here?
It was one of the priests that was available. I don't really remember.
Is there anything important to you now? Like,
Getting strong, being strong.
I'm
what if?
literally about to say getting swole.
What
Is-
if?
Protein powder.
Is he like a secret orc? Like, is he just an orc wearing a big fake beard? Just like walking on his knees?
He's not walking on his knees. I mean, why? You mean because of his smell? Or like
Smell, his speech, just a bunch of red flags.
Yeah, a lot of those red flags do seem like an orc. So you're not wrong. But he doesn't seem aggressive.
Was he raised by? He was raised by orcs.
Either raised by orcs or he's biracial. Does he look a little green? Like he's just a short green?
His face doesn't quite look like a normal dwarf, but no, he's not green. He doesn't have the coloring of an orc. But his facial features do seem a little bit like different, spending enough time around him.
The tusks?
No tusks.
All right.
But yeah, he definitely he does have some facial features that are slightly off from a normal dwarf. So yes, there could be something unique about him.
Now I'm getting more concerned. Myrna's just like, oh, okay, well, if you get the jewelry fixed, since you don't remember, how about something that's important to you now, like an anvil? Like turn the rest of the pendant into like whatever it was, the broken piece, and it's connecting to an anvil.
Brute Mouse says he can do that. He could add sort of a little silvery anvil charm to the end of the charm that is already there.
You think, Dak?
He sort of scratches his head for a second. He's like, yeah, that works. Yeah.
Well, make sure you to the smith, or make sure you make it strong, because since it broke before. Yeah.
Thack, when you say that, flexes, and he is real big. He's a really, really strong dwarf.
He's just one muscle. It's just
Mhm.
a short guy. It's just one muscle.
As for reference, in his stat block, his strength is 23.
Yeah, that's a strong dude.
Which granted, Pathfinder. So
Yeah.
they can go above 20, but still, that's
I was
how.
gonna say, there's shooting.
Yes.
All right. Well, you should leave your necklace with the guy so he could do, put the new charm on it.
Takes his necklace off and his head falls off, like that one story.
I hope not. We're trying to avoid traumatization today, at least.
Yeah. So yeah, he doesn't. He seems okay with it. He knows it's. He doesn't like. He has a hard time processing why it's important to him, but it is. So yeah, there's maybe something buried in there you guys can find, but he doesn't seem to know what it is right now. But yeah, he'll let the guy work on it.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that their workout was over, so Myrna's just like, yeah, now let's hit the showers. Separately.
Of course. His eyes like grow for a second, then like, oh, okay, right. Okay, yeah, you guys, he definitely does. So yeah, as the week progresses, as you guys have said, sort of along the same lines as what you guys do for the rest of the week. Unless anybody wants to specifically do something, we'll move to the seventh day.
I'm gonna request another lemon cake because it was so useful before, so that when we leave we have another one.
Stock up on the essentials.
Yeah, can we have one for ourselves too, just so we can eat it and not just bribe cake?
Yeah. Instead of a whole cake, like several lemon cupcakes. I mean, we can have them already cut up, and like if we come across somebody, be like, "Hey, we got some cake. You want to trade us cake for something, whatever we need from you?" And they're like, "Wait, hold up, what kind of cake?" I can be like, "Here's a cupcake." Anyway, move on.
Yes, they can do that for you back in the Shrine to Brewing. So on the final day, the man of the town himself, what's it, Barov? No, I'm saying that wrong. Brovac.
Brovac, yeah.
Brovac is in the center of the inner sanctum, and he is finishing. He's doing the final treatment of this new, incredibly weirdly designed weapon. With its what does it have? Is it 3 heads? Just 1 head? However, which did we decide on? Is it like a 3-headed morning star?
Yeah, go to general.
Yeah, scroll to the
okay.
bottom of general.
So
that's what we want.
Yeah, the flail plus the hammer equals whip with a flail head at the end. And yeah, it doesn't have to have reach. I know.
Okay.
That would be weird, but like it's just a flail, but a cool flail.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They can. They've never seen a weapon quite like this before. They've heard of it. Word gets around, but they've never seen one. So they do their best, and as they are professional, so they are able to make something that does look very, very similar to that sword flail whip chain mace.
Sword flail whip chain mace.
It's called the Vampire Killer.
Yeah.
And so we shall dub it the Vampire Annoyer.
The Vampire Tickler.
The Dampier Disruptor.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh my
But he's
gosh.
not a Dampier.
Okay, so yeah, he is Brovac himself is working on it, and he's making sure the pieces are put together properly, saying chanting as he does so. It has drawn quite a crowd. The inner doors to the sanctum have been sort of opened, and the seats in every one of the homage temples is filled. Everybody has come out to see this event. it's a legendary weapon. It hasn't. People have heard about it. They've never really thought it would ever be made again, if it was ever made in the first place, type thing. And it's this story passed down from generation to generation, and so they're all pretty surprised. But yeah, as the night sort of gets towards the dark end, they Brovok, claims that it is done. He has finished, and he beckons the five of you in, and a couple other people come in. Belford Ironsinker, sort of the head priest of the fire temple, he comes in as well, and says, please gather around. Upon doing so, he first gives you the weapon. Does anybody specifically want to take it from him, or is it just?
I thought we were having Sunny take it.
I thought we were willing it to Sunny.
Yeah.
Okay, so then he sort of he hands it to the unsundered barbarian, and says, "I believe this is a fitting weapon for you." And he sort of hands it off, and you can see, it feels remarkably balanced, and you can swing it, and it's able for you to keep it, balanced in your hand and use it and control it. You have really good control over the weapon itself. In these like firelight, it sort of shines almost like a green metal. It's pretty amazing.
Nice.
And he says, "Yeah, this is it's an honor to have created this for you. We have found a piece of this of metal that we weren't sure what we were going to be using it for, and I figured there would be a sign, a reason for me to use this, and I was right, and this is the sign. So I hope that you do enjoy your
Saw
new."
the sign?
Yes, he saw the sign.
Would it open yours?
So yes, I hope you enjoy this. So what would you call this weapon? Like, if instead of like giving not a title, but like type of. Like what's
it's got like a vampire killer.
Yeah, a chain mace or a whip flail, maybe, because it's like basically a whip with a flail at the end, right?
Okay, whip flail. Yeah. So he says, this whip flail, I think, will serve you well, and I think, and he sort of looks at the head that's on it, and he's like, I think that this was a good use for that rare adamantite, and I hope it serves you well. So yes.
Oh my god.
I'm not supposed to be able to make an oscillating tone.
So yes, you now have a +1 adamantine heavy whip flail. Yep. Yeah. It deals 1d8 of damage, and if it hits, I can make this as a weapon for you. I didn't think to pre-build this thing, so. And if you hit something that is not, if you hit an object with it, it's an auto crit. So.
Oh, just like an inanimate object?
Yeah. So yeah, if you hit, if you try and take down a door or a wall, and or if you're fighting a golem.
A door.
Oh, I just imagine smashing open a wall for roast beef or a pork. The pork chop.
So if you use it against inanimate objects or things that are not living, like gargoyles or something, its hits are automatic criticals.
Mm.
Does that not? You said not living. Does that include undead or?
Correct. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
And it also wouldn't be an automatic critical against you yourself. So you are not considered an object. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're living.
But if you wanted to try and use it to break someone else's weapon, you can do that as well.
Aha!
So you would be a great way to sunder someone else's armor and or weapons.
The unsundered shall sunder.
And then he looks over at Belford and is given a small box, and he opens it and he says, also as a thank you for what you have done for Anvil Plunge, you have brought back prosperity and the flame. We would like
environmental knowledge.
Yes, and that too. We would like to give you, and he sort of opens up the box, and it's a sort of an iron wrought key. He says, this is the key to the city, and I hope it's as a token of our appreciation.
Does it work?
Ooh.
What? Yes, it works. I mean, it's a key.
But like, what does it unlock? It's just like a gate. I didn't see any keyholes on your gates.
Yes.
I'm
No, it's not.
pretty sure it's ceremonial if you don't it's like a like something to put on your wall.
Yeah, that's more accurate. Yes. And if whoever takes it, you notice that the key actually feels warm. So it has its own, almost like its own internal heat source. If you touch it, it almost feels like you would want to like you like instinctually like juggle it between your hands, thinking that like you can't hold on to it for too long type thing, but it doesn't. It won't actually hurt you. It just sort of keeps the heat of the forges.
So sorry. Making sure I got everything for the whip. So it's a +1 adamantine whip. It's 1d8 +1.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it does auto crits against non-living things, including undead construction or
Mm.
undead constructs and inanimate objects.
Yeah.
No.
It might be better.
It does not affect undead like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's like weapons or walls, stuff like that. Or if something is specifically like a gargoyle is considered an inanimate object, even though it's alive, like a suit of like an animated suit of armor, it would also work on, but it won't work on yourself because you are a creature.
Gotcha.
You said it did work on undead. It's in the VOD.
No, well, I'm pretty sure I didn't say that, but because my intention were that it doesn't do that against
if it
undead.
doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm gonna make you watch it later.
Okay, that's fair.
I think you just agreed
At least
to
all of
whatever
our
we said.
faces were like, oh, really? Ooh. At least.
Gotcha.
You probably just didn't hear that part.
Yeah,
But
it must be.
you might be lawyered. So,
Maybe.
yeah.
We'll have to see.
But then we'll get it back. It's fine.
And then...
I just don't want you to lawyer us back. That's what I'm aware of.
I'm not gonna fight it if that's not what he meant for it to be, but it's what I heard, and I'm gonna make you watch it because it'll be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. These are just the rules that Wizards of the Coast put out for adamantium weapons. Same thing. If you were in the same like adamantium armor, means you can't be crit against. So. Yeah. That is a very cool whip flow. What else? Yeah, and so then with that, he says, "This has been amazing. It is after dark, so the gates have been closed for the night, but the Shrine to Brewing is open."
But we have a key. We can leave whenever we want.
He said it didn't work.
I know. I was making a joke.
I'll put that in party loot. I don't know who's holding it, but it'll be in the party loot.
After
Cool.
Neil was informed that it does not work, she does not seem interested in holding this key.
Hey, if no one else wants to.
It's a nice looking
They're not
iron
holding,
wrought
but-
key that is warm, very warm to the touch.
She doesn't know that. She just knows it's a key that doesn't do anything.
Okay. Does she have like a very low wisdom score?
No. Why?
It seems like something that people would know how it worked. So that's why I was like, is she supposed to be? But if she does, that's fine. That's fine. I was just curious.
Well, it's like, how much time does she spend in cities? The fuck is a key to the city? She doesn't know.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So then that leaves the as Brovok says, then it leaves the shrine to brewing open, and the your drinks are on the house.
I needed to drink last time. Let's go.
I thought you got one of the dragon drinks last time.
It wasn't. It's one drink is not drinking.
Oh, okay.
Lan's having a situation.
Yeah.
He forgot to drink in the city of the dwarves. This is like the thing that they make the best. Yeah, he has to. Yeah, yes, 100%.
Yeah. So, as you all, I'm presuming, is everyone heading there? Is anyone not gonna go?
Oh, let's all go.
Stan will come hang out even though he doesn't drink.
Yeah, we're having a little party, a little skidoo.
Okay. Yeah. So you get in, and that's you can tell some people have cut out of the ceremony early so they could get a seat in the bar and start drinking as quickly as possible. You can hear, like, overhear from other people talking that Ash and Chisel is actually paid for. He's reduced the price. He'll cover half of all the drink costs tonight in celebration. So people are definitely taking him up on that offer.
All right. Well,
And as you enter, you can see the barmaid again. Her name is Delgetta, Ash and Chisel. Again, she's not his daughter. She just married into the family. And she is the brewmaster, and also one of the head servers there. Welcome back. Congratulations and thank you for everything you've done for this town. What can I get you?
What's the best, most expensive one?
The
Oh my
best.
God.
Yes. Well, do you want me to run through the list of drinks again, or did you just want the most expensive?
No, I want the most expensive, best one. Sometimes, the most expensive isn't the best one.
Okay. Well, I think personally, Diamond Devotion. That's my favorite drink here. So, is that what you want?
Yes.
That's what I want too.
Okay. 2. What about everybody else?
I'll make it easy and just. I had some beers these last time I think I was around here. What was that again? Do you remember?
Last
Can
time
anyone
you were
else?
It was this pale ale, I think. Or
yeah, I think
it was-
Living Legend, I think, is what you had.
Yeah,
Because
That sounds familiar.
I messaged Anton, I was like, Anton, what kind of beer do you like?
Mhm.
I'll grab one of them then.
Yeah,
Keep it
Living
simple.
Legend and Gold Road are 2 of our hoppy IPA types.
I do like me some EPAs.
Mhm.
He's like, and also if you like coffee, some people do in their drink. We've got the Quarry Grind, so you got that. If those of you want
Actually,
something,
might get a coffee in real life. Give me. That's a good idea.
and she rattles through everything from the Dragon's Nest. She's like, Dragon's Eye, Dragon's Fang, Dragon's Tail, Dragon's Wing, Dragon's Scale. All of those, we've got all those. Stone Ale, Red Pony, Sweet Nut Ale, Tiny Donkey, Shocking Grasp. Mhm.
Okay, what kind of thing is a tiny donkey?
A mule.
Yeah.
You killed him. He's dead.
Yep.
I mean, some people are catching on to what I'm saying, so. Yeah. So okay. So we got.
Is it a mule?
Yes.
Mhm.
Wow. What I was
I mean, it's an ale that tastes similar. It's got some of those citrus notes in it, and it has
Ginger beery.
Yeah. So it's not.
faster, tiny donkey.
Mhm.
So 2 Diamond Devotion for the ladies. We got a Living Legend. And what were the other 2?
Oh, yeah, you go ahead, Sonny.
Sonny doesn't drink, so it doesn't matter. He's just gonna smell yours.
All right.
You know what they say? Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Ah, that's true.
I
Well-
thought it was diamonds make certain children sad.
It's not true. It's just what they say.
I think this is the first time Lan has been in here because I don't believe he came with you guys before.
No, he was checking something out
Yeah.
last
Mhm.
time.
So he asked her, "Do you make this ale yourself?"
Some. Everything is sort of brewed on premise. And I help out with a lot of it, but I'm not like the creative mastermind behind all of it, no.
Okay. Well, let's start. Let's start with what you think the worst is.
Ooh, the worst?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everything is good, but what you like the least?
I'd have to go with the Stone Anvil Ale. It's almost like a standard run of the mill type ale. It's not bad, but it doesn't really bring anything else with it. It's just sort of middle of everything, I guess. I guess I would have to say that. It's not bad. We wouldn't sell it if it was, but yeah, just not special.
Yeah.
Doesn't spark joy.
Yeah, I'll have one of those to start.
Okay.
You gonna work your way up, Lan?
We always start with the thing that they're least proud of. This is how you judge a craftsman.
All right.
The table, the one tall table in this establishment, is reserved for the 5 of you.
Yay!
The other couple humans and elves that do live in this town are relegated to having to sit at the tiny tables. Yeah, so after 2 or 3 minutes, she's able to pour and bring you the drinks. As for the Stone Anvil Ale, it is just a basic. It's your standard like bear beer. Excuse me. I believe Cyrus is getting the Living Legend, which again is a sort of a hoppy IPA. Sunny, you can of course smell all these things. You can taste as well. You have a sense of taste, just not necessarily whether you want to. And then the Diamond Devotion is a sparkling ale. It's very unique in that sense. It's fizzy, sort of effervescent as you drink it. The biggest thing you notice about it, and why its price tag is so high, is that as you drink it, you can taste each and every flavor, every hop, every grain of barley, everything that's in it. The flavor is very clear. It is very noticeable. So you enjoy it fully. There's no no bad bits to this drink. It's just super. Not like refreshing is kind of a good word for it, but it's just very unique. You've never tasted a drink like this before.
So it's like a liquid, everlasting gobstopper.
Yes, that is a very good way to describe it. Yes, you can taste every aspect. The perfect blend of every ingredient. They all hit you. Everyone is distinct and noticeable, but they all work in concert together. You can, as you drink it, you can feel the slight. Excuse me. As you drink it, you can notice that you start to get a slight buzz from it, but it is very like clear buzz. Like you get that ever so tipsy effect, and it seems to be light, but effective.
That sounds really good.
When she puts it down, she says that the Diamond Devotion is her favorite. She does not get to drink it very often, but it is her favorite.
Yeah, so like as Myrna's like taking this, she does like look over to Lan. She's like, yeah, you have to try this one last.
I'll work my way to that one, maybe.
Don't pass out.
He just kind of shrugs, like, we're here all night anyway.
Yep. Yeah. So do you guys do anything, talk to anybody or do anything special while you're in the tavern, or just sort of continue to celebrate and whatnot?
So Cyrus is going to be like, all right, Ridiel,
Eh.
I need you to settle a argument for me. An argument? No, that's not quite the right term. A conversation point.
Okay.
In your humble opinion, who would win? One dragon or 100 kobolds?
God.
Well, no, you sit there. We're not asking you, okay? We're asking my good friend Ridiel here on her valued opinion.
Some would say expert opinion.
I know, some might say that.
To be fair, I don't know that much about kobolds, but generally, don't kobolds like worship dragons?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, they might do worship dragons, but this just means that there has been a significant event that has driven a rift between these particular kobolds and one particular dragon. And now the rift will not end until one of the two parties has been obliterated, all right?
Okay. Do they have any armaments? And if so, what are they?
Let's say that they are armed with 3 or 4 shamans, it's like shamanic spellcasters, all right? They also have... Oh, hang on, the cat just made its way in. One sec.
It's that weird cat again.
Ma!
They've got spears, they've got bows, they've got nets.
Probably sticks with a scorpion on them.
Sticks with scorpions on them. Sticks with explosive scorpions, actually.
What?
It's your typical kobold paraphernalia. But there's 100 of them.
What kind of dragon?
Let's say a red dragon.
Oh. How big is the red dragon?
Oh, it's red dragon sized.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
but are
say-
they... Sorry.
I'm going to say the dragon because kobolds armed with anything are probably going to accidentally kill other kobolds.
Yeah, but there's
you're not even
100 of
gonna
them.
have, yeah, and 100 of them, like 25 of them are going to kill 25 others of them. So you have
You're not that
75
stupid.
kobolds. Yes, but very likely, especially if they have sticks with explosives on them.
Well, they're well trained in the usage of explosive sticks, all right?
Who trained them in the martial arts of explosive sticks? Was it the dragon?
The dragon originally, before the separation occurred, yes.
You're missing the point.
Well, how old is the dragon and how skilled are the kobolds?
Let's say that the dragon he's a 200-year-old dragon. He's a big boy. And the kobolds would be some of the most skilled kobold scorpion casters in the land.
The top percentage of Ratata.
Okay, well, if you're giving the kobolds a higher skill set, then they might have a fighting chance. How many of them have to live for it to count?
At least one.
Damn.
Maybe
Lan
kobolds.
starts to make the scene with a minor illusion on the table. As he hears a description, he starts giving them weapons, and then the dragon. Right, 5 foot is probably as big as the table.
If they're highly skilled kobolds, they probably chose a place to face this dragon that would like benefit them also.
All right, so the terrain winds up becoming an important factor then. All right.
Yeah, I think so.
Lan puts it in a valley.
A valley, all right, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Or, like a craggy mountain pass where the dragon would have to land.
So you can like jump it, all right.
Mhm.
And then I'm guessing the kobolds can hide in the craggy rocks so they could try to get an advantage once the dragon lands.
Yeah, they got to use what they got, right?
I thought you were saying
Kobolds are
dragon
sneaky and
lance for a
slippery.
second. Once the dragon lands.
Roll credits. Wait, no, we're not playing that.
So she comes back for a second round. Asks, does anybody want anything else?
Give me another one of these dragon drinks. I mean, diamond drinks.
Diamond
Why
Devotion?
Why don't you get to drink the Diamond Devotion very often?
Because it's so pricey. We don't normally get the discount as you're getting.
Okay, well, bring me another one and then you drink it.
I'm not sure how this works.
It's
But-
for me. It's for me, and I decided, oh, I don't like this one after all. You might as well drink it.
I mean, we are honored guests.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
can
think-
do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have
Because-
anything that tastes like cinnamon?
Ooh.
Cinnamon. What do I have?
Mead with cinnamon in it.
What about a?
Cinnamon.
We'll go with
Cinnamon.
the sweet nut ale. How's that? It's sort of as like a cinnamon and sugar type flavor to it.
Yeah, I'll take your sweet nut.
Okay.
You
Please
asked
don't.
for it.
Yeah, you did.
Sweet nut, the Diamond Devotion for Myrna, and then Anvil in.
What's the most common drink of the people here?
Most common drink. Well, the Quarry Grind is our most common morning drink. You know, the little bit of caffeine from that
Sure.
coffee, getting people going. And then really people are liking the Dragon Nest brews. Again, but they're all hot drinks. I got to remind people. Some people, you know, you guys are new. You wouldn't know that these are hot brews. So if you want like the Dragon Scale or the Dragon Claw, we'll serve those to you warm.
Could you bring me one of each dragon drink? I need some inspiration.
Yeah.
How many? You know, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. So anybody
Do they
else?
call this
Sorry.
the dragon flight? They should call it the dragon
The
flight,
dragon
like
flight.
the whole.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh my
good.
god.
Yeah.
Or it'd be the
Radio's
Dragon's
gonna-
Horde.
Hmm.
Ooh. So
We're
Dragon
gonna-
Flight, if you just want a sample of them. Dragon Horde,
Yeah.
if you want one of every drink.
Yeah, so I'm going for the horde.
Oh
Why not?
shit!
Guys, we need to start a bar for real.
Yeah.
can-
Bill-
Do a bar isekai style D&D game. Let's go.
I'd play that.
you know what? Oh my god, that would actually be amazing.
It would.
Have it look like a real freaking D&D tavern. So many nerds would show up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It has to exist, right? If
Yeah.
it doesn't, then
Yeah.
what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know.
Patent
Passing up
pending.
on an
I'm just-
amazing.
I know.
Passing up an amazing opportunity, Philip.
Yes.
How much money do we have to? No, that's not actually. What I'm saying.
Oh, what's a third mortgage?
Retirement plans, right?
It's fine. Before she goes, Ridiel's gonna ask, how many other people are working tonight?
This is a handful of us, maybe 5.
All right, I want 5 diamonds, whatever's. But then I decide I don't want them, so everybody can have one tonight.
Okay. I'll pass them around to my coworkers if they want them.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless they want something else. But that was really good, so I assume they want that.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
guys have to deal with look at all the people in here tonight. Celebrations are cool and all, but you guys are gonna be busy.
Yes. And the Diamond Devotion is a great help to the work we do here. So definitely appreciate that. Sort of smiles. So this one takes her longer. It takes probably about 10 minutes before she comes back with the second round, in tow with 2 other people, and because they're for the Dragon's Nest, there are 7 of them.
Yeah,
And they are
that's what
all-
I figured.
And so they put all 7 down in front of you. And so she starts, naming them. You got Dragon's Tooth, Dragon's Claw, Dragon's Horn, Dragon's Wing, Dragon's Tail, Dragon's Scale, and of course Dragon's Breath, which again is cold, not hot like the rest because the creators think they're clever. Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. As he's following along, he drops the minor illusion of the scene and he just puts name tags on all of them so he can remember.
That's funny.
Okay.
And then he brings the another Diamond Devotion. And what did Cyrus want? Anything particular? Oh, and the Sweet Nut Ale.
Yeah.
We get the same drinks
Forget your
before.
sweet nut.
Yeah, you can't.
He's not going to be
so
drinking hard or
she
anything.
brought him the Living Legend, so she'll bring you the Gold Road.
Yeah.
Slightly different one. Okay. And for drinking the Diamond Devotion, you can taste it. Everything is very clear. The buzz that you had starts to build just a little. You're definitely feeling happy and excited for all of this. Everything else, of course, alcohol or ale is ale, so you all feel a bit of a buzz starting to grow. The hot ales are pretty decent. It's a unique thing. I'm sure you've never. Well, I don't know if Landlin has ever been to a place like this, but the creators think they're onto something with a hot ale.
He does not drink very much.
So, like, what is that one? It's like a hot toddy or something like that.
Yeah.
Isn't that
They're not. I guess they can
It's
be hot.
tea and whiskey. Yeah.
Mhm.
And honey.
Yeah.
Oh, honey.
So yeah,
Oh,
they're similar to that. They're all warm drinks, and the flavors go well. It's not like you're drinking, like hot sewage or anything. It's all good flavors that go well with heat.
Sure.
I was thinking of like warm sake.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Any of those warm types of drinks. So he tastes the first one, and then he kind of says a couple of words and casts Bear's Endurance on himself
Nice.
to give himself advantage on Constitution. He's gonna need that. He's got to do the research, right? Like, we're about to leave, so
Gotta stay in there.
gotta do it.
The reasoning,
Mhm.
not really, but just for jokesies, the reasoning behind giving them all nice drinks was so that my cake tomorrow is real good.
or real bad if they're all hungover and tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as Myrna can attest, this buzz is unlike anything she's had before. So she doesn't think there's going to be much of a hangover. Well, we'll see.
This is some premium shit. I think everybody's gonna be fine.
I'll make my way to that one.
Yeah, and I'm sure, I don't know, Lan, is Lan going to let other people try
Yeah, absolutely.
this horde?
Yeah,
Myrna's
absolutely.
gonna help him if he needs it.
He'll try and finish it all, out of respect.
Mhm.
But yeah, he didn't realize how many pieces of a dragon there would be. But that's fine. Honestly, it'll be just fine.
Yeah. And so the night carries on for quite a while. She doesn't come back for quite some time, dealing with other customers and the fact that there are, 9 drinks on the table for the essentially the 4 of you. Or 10 drinks. 10 drinks on you for the 4 of you. So she sort of figures you're sharing the horde, so they give you some time. And so the party continues on. A bunch of dwarves come up to you and congratulate you and thank you for what you've done. And, there's tells some people who are definitely very drunk and are just like, we'd be lost without the flame. Oh, I'm so happy. You're so great. I love you guys. I don't know what we'd do without you. And then they sort of stumble off.
She's gonna, Radial's gonna try and fuck with a couple of them, like, oh yeah, no, you're totally welcome. Do you know my name?
You're so amazing. I thank you for everything you do. And walks away.
Couldn't live without you. Don't know your name.
The dwarves are all good at holding their alcohol. Their speech, they're more kind with their words, but they don't seem to be stumbling as much as you think, as the few humans and elves that live here. So there's only 5 or 7 of those that live here. They're definitely falling over more so than the dwarves would be. But yeah, so then sort of the night carries on, and then they do a last call, and it is sort of anybody want a last call?
Yeah, I want one more diamond
Devotion.
Thank you.
That's in character.
Yeah.
That exchange. What was that thing?
Too.
How am I doing?
Well, so you've kind of got a double-edged sword. Like, you've got increased constitution, but you're concentrating on keeping the increased constitution.
Oh my god.
So,
Yeah.
as long as I'd say that the benefit that it gives you is enough to keep you like standing, and you're able to like, you're focusing on it, so it's like you've tasted everything. You're not going to be like blackout drunk from this, but you are definitely like sort of near your edge of like, okay, I know
I'm really
words.
Concentrating on it.
Yep, you've got that spell constantly sort of like right there at the forefront of your mind, just rolling and rolling, keeping everything
Sweating
up.
a little.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking, Riddle's probably got a good tolerance, and then I look, 10 Constitution, maybe not.
Yeah. And yeah, he'll end with a diamond devotion just to run the complete gamut.
Gotcha. Okay, so is that it? Just the last 2 drinks, 2 diamond devotions?
No, I want one too.
Okay. The other 2 of you?
I want 2. I want a diamond devotion and a sweet nut, and I'm gonna have 2 hands.
Double fisting.
It is last call. And what else do you do at last call?
The 2.
Yeah, I guess Sunny will have 1 diamond devotion just to try it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 diamond devotion for everybody?
Yeah.
She's like,
Sorry.
wow, you guys...
Sorry, just have the 1. Sorry,
Yeah,
not have anything. Sorry, he's
not going to have
2 drinks already. He's not going to have any more.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
gonna get yelled at tomorrow.
They're like, oh, okay, go for it. And yeah, so she brings another 4 more for the table. You guys are wow. But hey, it's a party, and we can afford it, or not we, but she says like Brovok can afford it. I know how well the family is, how well off the family is.
So quick question. Quick question to reiterate. Was it half price drinks all night, or was this like first round was half price drinks?
So Brovok is giving for the night was giving half off the drinks.
Okay.
To everyone else.
We were free.
Ours are free. Yeah, yours.
Oh, okay. I was like, everyone's buying all these like.
No,
ours weren't free. Like maybe our first drinks were free. I couldn't think all of them were free.
Yeah.
I thought
So,
everyone
I
was
have a
just
question.
racking up crazy drink tabs.
Yeah, you guys would not have been able to afford all these drinks.
Oh hell no!
Each diamond devotion is 5 platinum. So
Okay.
Woo!
Nice.
Jesus.
I was gonna ask that. I was like, Riddle does not want to know. She is not gonna ask, but I want to know how much these drinks are. That's fine.
yeah.
He's a king, basically. He's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's
They're
fine.
about to make a lot more gold with that fire back.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it's there is a reason so few people drink it at 5 platinum a cup.
Mm-hmm.
So those people really like me now.
Some of those tenders are probably like, I've never had this before. Oh my god, this is amazing.
They've probably shared like 1 taster of it.
Yeah.
Have it again.
Except of course for Dilgetta, she's had it before, so she knows it. And she was there when it was brewed and everything. Yeah. Then, so yeah, those of you who haven't had it again, you can taste it. You actually, for land, you actually feel that the bubbliness of it helps clear your head. It hasn't taken away any of your buzz, but it helps you sort of clear out some of like the haze that might have been forming around there. So it is also a great way to end it. And Sunny,
Lan will keep
getting
that note.
Sunny was going to drink one as well. So then
Nice, try one.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm sure you don't eat or drink much, and this is definitely, if you're only going to drink 1 ale in your lifetime, this is the one to drink. Yeah. So then you guys finish your drinks, and you all sort of head out. And you have, like last time, there are places that they have found for you to stay in the priest quarters and whatnot. if I can, after you guys start to head back, and everyone is pushed out, and everyone sort of finds their way home and whatnot. If I can get Lan to roll me a D50.
Okay.
Okay.
14. I don't know why I didn't actually roll, but that's
Ridial, if you'll roll me 2 D50. Sunny, I'll need 1 D50 from you. And Myrna.
whoops. That is a 45 and a 6, not actually a 51.
Wow. It's just like my fucking 14 roll.
And Myrna, if I can get 3 D50.
What are we gonna get, you guys? We're gonna get plus stats. It's gonna be so cool.
Time to be
okay.
the sober driver, boys.
Okay, so as you all head back to your rooms and everything, you start settling in. You feel good, but you start to feel a little bit like you have to go to the bathroom. Like the alcohol kind of ran through you. Yeah, there's some urgency.
Feeling.
Yep.
Yeah. For Sunny, it's a very unique feeling, and but it's not very much. As you go, you hear something clink, and the four of you, as you're in the bathroom, you all see a small diamond, except for Myrna, and yours is pretty big.
Each piss a diamond.
One of the side effect is that it turns all of the carbon in your system into a diamond.
Cool.
Oh my god.
Wait, so we had to pass a diamond.
Is it like we shit a diamond?
Do we need to make a Constitution saving throw for the pain of passing a diamond?
No, it's easy enough. It's sort of all, because it's the only thing in your system at that point. It is its own little self, and it moves out.
So if it's like a ladies' room, like the people around Myrna, like around the stalls, will probably hear bathroom sounds, and then like, well,
Yeah.
just like that, like things you don't want to hear in the bathroom. Somebody going, well,
Huh. Will you look at that?
yeah, just like that.
That's why he has so many diamonds.
Oh,
Could be.
no.
I imagine because Sonny doesn't have junk, he's like looking around. He just like reaches into himself real quick and pulls out a diamond. He's like,
I love poop diamond.
Oh my god! It's like, did I lay an egg?
Fair question.
I'm a proud papa.
So yeah, that is the whatever you rolled is the gold value of the diamond.
Yeah, 2. Hooray.
God.
But yes, to answer, did Ridial put that together as well?
Sure.
So yes, to answer Ridial's question, yes, that is why Brute Mouse has a basket of diamonds.
No. Yuck.
That sucks. Like, if you think about it, that sucks. You spend 5 platinum to get like a 2 gold diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Lan is like, well, I did not cast a spell just then. That's a different type of creation.
You laid an egg.
But while he's in the bathroom, he's like, the spell is still on, I would guess. How long does this last?
An hour.
Yeah, an hour. So it's probably done now. Most likely, he would have had to cast it at least one more time to stay conscious.
So I drank 2. If I'd only have 1, I'd have broke even. But I drank 2, and my second one was a 6. So I got half of somebody else's money back.
was, as Lan is sitting in the bathroom, he just performance of creation, another mug of that ale
Nice.
because it's worth 50 GP, right?
Yes, it is.
So I can create it from now on. We got free beers, guys. That's why he was tasting everything.
Free diamond beer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, one at a time.
We got
Yeah,
money
it's
forever.
One at a
Hold
time.
on. You're a cleric, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs a very big diamond, though. I don't know who's going to volunteer for that one. He needs like a 10K gold diamond
Oh my
to
god.
resurrect people, at least.
Now, is it one diamond worth 10K, or can I pool a bunch of little
I
diamonds?
think you can do a couple little ones, but they just have to be cut, right?
They might. I don't know. We might have to look into that. But
Are the ones
Well,
that
that's-
got cut or just kind of like random poop shape?
All right.
No, none of them are cut. These are
Yeah, so
all
they're just-
uncut diamonents, which
just random.
affects the price. But
yeah.
We get the good ones cut and just stack them up.
Mhm.
Like, and just bring one
Isn't
of you
there
back
like
to life.
a spell to smoosh them together too?
I don't know that.
it
Perhaps.
might have to be homebrewed.
Mend?
Yeah, maybe. But
Mint.
he just makes it, and he looks at it and he goes, I can't drink anymore right now. He just wanted to know if it worked. Okay.
So yes, that is why. So the bar staff was very thankful that you bought them all around. That definitely was a good tip for the night that they've just had.
You're welcome for the really good poops.
Oh my god.
If Lan tells them about this thing and nobody else volunteers, Ridial will absolutely drink that beer for me.
Well, we'll see what happens. Like, he'll definitely at least. I was debating on just waiting to just make it the next day, but I think this is funny here. So
Wow.
Pretty dang funny.
So yeah, after your interesting bathroom.
Enlightening.
There we go, enlightening. You all head back to your respective rooms and promptly pass out for the night. Except, of course, Sunny, who you having, no real effects. Well, yeah, Diamond Devotion won't make you a hangover, so I don't know if you choose to sleep. It would help you sleep if you actually wanted to, but
Sunny just sits down, does his Sentinel's Rest, where he's just like, "Do I dream of electric sheep, or do I dream of clockwork sheep?"
yes.
yeah.
The rest of
Maybe.
you sleep well. The alcohol definitely helps, knock you out.
Yeah.
So yeah. And you in the morning, the two. Do half elves only sleep for 4 hours as well, or is it just elves?
Yeah, I think half elves have a trance also.
I think so. No, I do not. That's right. I have to sleep.
Okay.
I thought it was also true, but yeah, I don't see it. Like, only thing I have in Fey ancestry is I have advantage on throws against being charmed, and I can't be put to sleep magically.
Gotcha.
Those are the two things. Yeah, it used to be that I got the trance though.
So then, Sunny and Ridial, you both hear the morning bells signifying that the gates, that it's sunrise, and that the gates are going to be unlocked. The rest of you will probably be sleeping in a little bit. I mean, you can be woken up if you want to, but it's a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go collect my cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is only 2 people. You haven't seen them before. No, I take that back. You didn't see them last night. They're sort of like the morning shift that are sort of working in the Shrine to Brewing. And they are the ones who sort of do like breakfast type stuff, baking breads and things like that. But yeah, they're there and they have your cakes as requested. It takes them. They're not quite ready. They only opened up maybe an hour ago, so the things are about to be ready shortly. But
Sure. We'll hang out and have some bacon or something.
yeah. And then you can see there's a few dwarves sort of stumbling in, looking for some breakfast ale, and there's a couple that are going to start, the next set of brewing, cleaning, stainless steel and the different copper tubing and stuff like that, getting more brews ready to go. And then after a couple more hours, the rest of you all wake up, feeling good. No real headaches, especially with the Diamond Devotion clearing out any cobwebs.
Among other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah. After that, as you guys are all about town, I'm assuming you're gonna start, getting everything ready to leave, packing up all your gear, make sure your sets are ready to go. Brovok, Ash, and Chisel will find you. He will again, congratulate you. Thank you for everything you've done. Just need a name. So, he says that for the next step that you need, what you're going to want to do is head down to Bargasport, and he recommends that you go talk to Olik, O-L-I-K. Last name, Ash and Chisel. It is another member of the family who runs an import business down there. It's where they are able to bring in any unique materials that they need, and also sell some of their wares for the stuff that they create but don't have a use to actually use here in the town. Sometimes selling other weapons and other types of tools and machinery parts. And then he asks if there's any other questions you might have.
So, is Oleg gonna be able to point us out to where we need to go in Bargasport? Because we don't have any idea.
Yes. I know the Bashaba is someone that he is a follower of. He has mentioned her once or twice in correspondence, and he's been back a few times. So yes, he does have some sort of connection. I don't know fully what it is. He hasn't gone into detail like that, but he has mentioned it. So I would recommend heading there.
Great, thanks for the lead.
Of course.
Yeah, so as we're thinking about leaving, Len will say, well, we don't have the caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to go on foot? How far do you think that would be? Has anyone made that travel? And he'll just ask the whole group, including...
So it's a bit of a trek. You're going to sort of have to go down towards Lesef and then make your way over to Bargasport. Or if you stay sort of on the northern edge of the sort of hills and mountains that are out here, you can follow the river coming out of the Sin Mire, and the river will take you directly to the city. The city is built around the mouth of the river, so you can either travel on foot, or you believe you still have a couple water vehicles.
Yeah.
If you want to get in those things, you can swim your way down, I guess.
I wouldn't go back to the swamp if I were us. Just in case.
You can sort of avoid most of the swamp. If you guys remember where it was kind of a cliff part of it, and it was like you have to make your way down to get to the water. You can sort of follow along, staying above the swamp area, because as it has created its own sort of river out of the area, and the city itself is sort of built on what's it called, a delta, I think. So yeah, it definitely has river access, so you can go that way as well.
Okay.
It would
be... what do we think?
It would be less walking on your part. It'd be sort of easier, and maybe a little bit faster, because you can. Then it kind of depends on what you want to do for sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good to me. And then when we get there, we could sell the raft.
Yeah, and the canoe. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cyrus agrees.
Okay. Then yeah, I think we have our way there.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want? I know it's quite a party. But as you're packing up all your things, is there anything else we can help you with? We have items if you might need them.
Dog food.
Yeah. I can find something that'll be suitable for your gravy. Yeah.
If we feed
else?
gravy,
Fine.
gravy.
You need biscuits for gravy.
Yeah.
It's true.
Do not feed a wild animal biscuits and gravy.
No, like a
If
dog biscuit.
his owner was a ranger, he probably fed him. Oh, his owner was a mage, right? No, he's a ranger.
Ranger.
Yeah.
Yep.
He probably
I
fed
mean,
him.
I Michelle am saying biscuits, like dog biscuits for gravy.
Yeah.
Ridial, when when Myrna said dog food, she's like, "Are you talking about kibble?" Cause
No kibble.
No kidding.
Oh, so we were gonna feed him gourmet.
no,
No. Yeah.
Bottled
wi-
water only, please.
A wild animal does not have the intestinal, derision to eat that kind of stuff. Like if it's raised on, high protein, kibble's gonna just be like not do anything or just like make it sick.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
he's not gonna poop diamonds. He's gonna poop. ice.
Yeah, and
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Do you guys? He sort of like looks. He's like, I mean, you seem to be armored mostly. Looks at Myrna,
Mhm.
but I don't know. Maybe that's your thing. You all seem to have weapons, but
I want some more arrows.
what was that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Arrows.
Oh yeah. We can definitely do that. And he sort of, snaps his fingers and gets someone to go run off and find you a quiver of arrows.
Can I hold more javelins than I have?
How many do you have?
I have 4. Wait, you're
I don't know.
quiet.
I'm trying to think of how many. Do they come in multiples? I forget.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I was like, can I get another pack? I mean, I'm just gonna keep picking them up as I throw them anyway. But I just wanted to see if I could hold more.
Yeah. I mean, it's all based on your carrying capacity. So I mean, like,
Each
Depending
one
on
is
how
apparently
much.
2 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
Just 2 pounds, so you could carry, I don't know, 100 of them
I
probably.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
With your
but I have to
strength.
carry other shit.
Yeah.
And
Only
mean-
javelins.
Yeah.
A golf bag full of javelins.
Yeah, so you're backbiting.
oh no.
Just pick up one of those.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do
But
they
you
have
do,
any
yeah.
magical items to offer by chance?
No, and unfortunately they don't craft magical stuff here. The one that they just made is sort of a not a first, but it is the first they've done in a long time.
Hmm. Well, Lan would definitely ask for a dagger just to have one created by them.
They can definitely do that.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Souvenir mugs.
some steins you've stolen. I mean, that would have been
Yeah.
something you just took from the bar when you left.
Okay.
If you're just like, yeah, like heading out, like drinking merrily type thing, just as you walking out.
Yeah, we'll neither confirm nor deny doing that a lot in real life. Neither confirm nor deny.
So yeah, they bring another quiver with 20 arrows. They'll bring 4 more javelins
Nice.
and a dagger.
Oh.
It is it's masterwork quality dagger. So but I
Okay.
don't think masterwork really does anything.
Nah. It's just cool. It's a +1, I think. Maybe.
Links in chat. This is something that I'm looking out for. That Cyrus is going to be looking out for. Obviously, the uncommon version, not the rare or very rare variant.
This army tool.
Yeah,
An
It's-
all-purpose tool. Okay.
it gives you 1 free cantrip from any class list every 8 hours.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely
Well,
let you
every
know if you
dawn.
run into a place that would have something like that.
Sure.
Riddle's thinking, oh, great, 20 arrows. Gonna be so useful in a long fight.
How many did you have before?
I don't know.
'Cause I'm-
She's just being greedy. It's fine.
So for like a wood hippie, very materialistic and greedy. Very weird.
So I mean, they've doubled the number of arrows you had, and that's not enough.
I mean,
It's like,
it's a joke. It's kidding.
yeah, if it was true in my mind, it would be like, well, yeah, she doesn't go into town often. Better get everything you can before you go back.
Gotcha.
Plus, I mean, she collects all she can.
Mm-hmm.
I still have my screaming crossbow bolt. Can't wait to use that.
That's gonna be great.
What is a screaming crossbow bolt?
It screams.
Cyrus gave it to her when they were in the tomb and was like, if you decide at any point you're uncomfortable with what we're doing, just use this screaming bolt. And she's like,
Oh, that probably would have gone away on a long rest, right?
Yeah, I would just say he keeps on re-upping it.
Oh.
I mean,
Is
it's
that
good
just
for
one,
the
like,
scout to have.
Magical trinket type thing you have? Isn't that what it is?
It's
Like
from the-
magical tinkering?
Yeah. So I would check, but I have unfortunately been removed from the game, and I cannot load back in.
Oh.
Yeah.
I realized I couldn't access my character sheet, and then I reloaded it, and now it's timing out.
Okay. Well, how about you guys want to take a quick 10-minute break? I'll put us on
Yes.
on pause and then do 10-minute break, and I can restart.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. Well, we will do that. I'll be back in 10 or so minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Or, I guess not welcome back. I guess we're back, everybody.
Welcome
hello,
back.
hello.
A dinosaur story.
You can welcome back us.
I guess that's true. I can.
I mean, to their knowledge, we just disappeared.
Yep. We just
We're back from the astral plane.
Woo.
I mean, to be fair, the sign does say we'll be back.
It does. It does. That's true. Okay. Then, yeah. So you guys are heading downriver. You said.
Mm-hmm.
For the slightly, probably not slightly. It's faster because it's less of a walk. But okay. So you head down. As you head down the river and you get to a nicer, the pace is safe and whatnot. You're not taking any risks. At night, you stop and Ridiel, I'm sure, is able to find food for everybody, and with Gravy's help, able to forage up both proteins and fiber, fruits and root vegetables and things like that. So, decent food.
Balanced meal.
Yeah, balanced meal.
Are Gravy and I forming a bond?
That's up to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I thought you were trying to teach him how to live by himself, not bond him to another ranger.
I'm just saying, like, you can form a bond with somebody and still be like, all right, now I'll see you later.
Part ways.
You love something, let it go, right?
Yep.
Fuck off, Ghost.
Hey, fuck off, Ghost.
Thank you.
Not a very social animal like a dog, though.
Yeah. I don't know.
Coyote.
I mean, coyote technically, but yeah. So I mean, there is a little bit of distinction. So yeah, as you travel, and this is sort of what you start to see. Granted, this is from the ocean perspective. You guys are traveling the river. Anyway, as you enter into Bargos Port, that's Bargarsport. It is a very large city. The riverways that you enter by are stopped, and you are stopped by the guards of the city, as is their job. You also notice that the city is surrounded by a very large wall. And it is to keep people in and people out, depending.
I think they'd be remiss if they didn't stop a bunch of weirdos on a fucking barrel raft and ask them a question before coming in.
Yes, they would.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So once you get in, you're able to find a sort of a spot early into the town to sort of park your raft and get out. The river that you're on is fairly large through this city, and it breaks a couple times and as it meets out to the water. So you can sort of travel through parts of the city by water. Not quite like Venice, but still. One of the things you notice is that buildings are fairly short here. Most everything is one story, maybe two stories, and there is a castle-like building on a hill in the northwest corner of town. It's sort of it's more like a mansion, not like a castle. So
I don't know. That looks awful castle-like to me.
I mean, it was the best I could find. It was the only one I could find that didn't seem to have any restrictions on it as far as photos go. So
yeah, it's a manse.
Yes. Yeah. So you've hit the city proper.
Yeah.
Like I said, so as you notice that the buildings are all fairly low to the ground. Yeah.
Cyrus will muse as they're approaching, like, I wonder if those kids from the church, if their dad's going to be here still, or if he's going to be dead somewhere, maybe.
Yeah.
One way to find out.
Did we land at night?
Not necessarily. I just, like I said, it's only a photo.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Well, actually, I don't know. I'll do No, it is still daytime.
Okay. Then yeah, well, Lan will say, okay, so what do we do first then? Do we want to look for this parent? Or do we want to go to where we need to go first?
Well, let's list off all of our options. We've got the parent,
Sure.
we've got going to, as you said, we need to go. What else we got?
Mhm.
Oleg going to see Ashen Chisel number 2 or
Yeah.
3 or whatever.
Yeah, that's I think that's the main thing to do, right?
Mhm.
Yes, he'll have the
That's what I
information
think.
we need for the next
Yeah.
part of our adventure.
Or at least some place to point us to. So maybe we should do that while it's still daylight and then start the search tonight.
I think the first thing we should do is find a place to actually stay and get set up,
Mm,
and then we
fair.
can roll out from there. Like, we're not going to be able to do a good job if we don't have somewhere stable to fall back to. Yeah.
That's
True.
fair.
Makes
Like,
sense.
have any of you been to Larga's Port before?
I haven't. This is my first time here.
I do not believe so.
I don't think so, but who knows anymore?
All right.
Did you just have like an existential crisis?
I'm always having an existential crisis, Radial.
All right. Well,
I've
existential
apparently been alive for 3,000 years and didn't know it.
Well,
That's
you know,
rough, buddy.
there could be some good from that. You'll find a temple to you some point, and you have a whole bunch of little boys and girls that are doing anything you say. That'd be pretty
That
exciting.
would be even weirder.
I didn't say it wouldn't be weird. I'd say it'd be exciting, which are two very different things. But I'm thinking, all right, so stop me if you think my thoughts are stupid. You know, that's totally fair. We should get a feel for what the city is like, first and foremost. Like, we will find this man, definitely. But I think that we should, considering the last city we were in, that old dwarf town USA up there had all this
USA.
hullabaloo outside. We had all the nonsense outside of the swamp and the pollution and all that. I'm certain there'll be something similar happening here. And if we just bumble on in and start knocking things over without understanding the context of what we're doing, we might wind up causing more problems than we solve, yeah? Also,
That's
I'm
a
just
fair
suggesting
point.
taking a bit of time to learn the lay of the land before we decide our course of action.
All right. Well, I can go talk to the local guilds. As a fellow artisan, they can put me up. I'm not looking, I'm not saying I'm just going to leave you, but we can at least ask them maybe what's going on.
I mean, not
Or
to,
at least I could.
also just going to suggest we don't necessarily all have to stay in the
Right.
exact same place when we're sleeping. Like, if we have
Mhm.
multiple spots, even that could be advantageous. Got multiple safe spots around the city to fall back to.
Yeah, exactly.
As a side note, you had mentioned the town size. So from Anvil Plunge, there was like 100 people there, and there are 10. The city is like near 10,000.
Yeah.
So this place is huge compared to Anvil Plunge. This isn't FYI.
It's because the dwarves are so small and compact, right?
Mm,
Like 100 of
exactly.
them is like, yeah, it checks out.
You could stack them on top together like a cord of wood.
Turns out all
Well.
the people here are gnomes.
Yes. Okay, we need a dragon to see if 10,000 gnomes will beat one dragon.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yes.
Ah!
All right, you can go to the guilds. I would be more than happy to look at some of the local temples or churches.
Hmm.
You know, old mate Dad Gods probably has a couple of good points going for me. So,
Well, if you ask, if you're looking for like a tavern
Mhm.
type place,
Yeah.
the city has a fairly decent one. It's called they call it the Shank. It's
Ooh.
called it's a Hagen's Shank is what its full name.
Okay. I was waiting for the full name because I'm like, yeah, that sounds inviting.
Yeah, it's a less than seedy tavern, so it's good.
You know, the shank, the shiv, and the sharpened spoon.
Yep. As far as temples, who would you be talking to for the temples?
So just who, like, on the street?
Yeah.
Well, it's just my ideas. If we want to go to Oleg first, I'm open to any suggestion. I'm just putting my thoughts out there. I don't want to dictate what everyone else decides.
Well, it depends on what temple you're looking for. Because if you're looking for a Bashaba temple, we might as well go talk to Oleg.
Well, how about we go talk to Oleg first? How about we go talk to Oleg, ask him about other temples as well around the place. We can get a broad lay of the land, and we'll sort of all take, two birds with one stone.
Okay.
I'd like to see if there's any temples to Helm, because I mean, you're like sort of stands awkwardly for a moment. Like, I guess I got some sort of background with him, but yeah, if there's others, I'm not going to say no to any potential support from the flock, as it were.
Makes sense. Okay, so heading to find Oleg, Ash, and Chisel first.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you sort of travel around a little bit. As you said, it's an import business, so you sort of head closer to the water line. There's like 3 piers that go out, and there are a few ships, and around there loading or unloading the wares and whatever for journeys and trading and all that kind of stuff. And then once you're out there, you can sort of ask around, because being in the right area, and you are, not easy enough, but able to, after probably 2 hours of talking and walking around and whatnot, you're able to find his Ash and Chisel imports.
Cool.
So it is a you see the sign over the top of it. It's kind of like a warehouse style building, but again, it's only 1 story, and it's metal and minerals and gem importing business, and exports quality weapons and armor. So once you enter, there's several people working there. A lot of dwarves. He tries to keep the local dwarf population in business if he can, or keep them employed if he can. And there are, of course, others. A bunch of humans who work there. A couple elves. Got half orcs for heavy lifters. Yeah. So as you go in, you can find the person.
Wait, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Did I stop hitting the button?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. As you enter, you're able to find the owner. The only one behind a desk, basically. And he greets you as, potential customers. Well, hello. Welcome to my import business. How can I help you?
We need 3 kilos of drugs right now. You got it?
Oh,
Just
that's
sort
not
of stares.
Iris just like goes and like
Just
slowly
kidding.
puts a hand in front of
I'm
Radio's face
just
and like
kidding. It's a joke. We're here from your cousin or whoever, the king.
You got the hookup?
You're from where?
Anvil Plunge.
Okay. Anvil's Plunge.
Okay. Yes, my home. And you're not from there, I'm guessing.
Well, we just came from there.
Okay.
Brovok,
We've been told to
Brovok
contact you.
suggested that we come talk to you about Bashaba.
Oh. Okay.
Lan will hold up the key to the city and goes, "Yeah, we help them out a little bit, and we need some help ourselves. Sunny, could you? I mean, maybe don't show it to everybody. Are you like Sunny? How are you wearing this weapon now?
Imagine it's on his belt.
Okay.
I found it.
I imagine like when it's like curled up, it just looks like just looks like a weird coil of chain.
Yeah.
I just had
with
this
a handle
picture in my head of like Sunny's head, like his mouth like opening wide and just the eye, like the weapon like slowly emerging out of it.
It's like a
Oh,
globe.
everywhere like a projector.
Oh, that's right. He gives Cyrus his bag of holding back that he was hiding in his mouth or inside his torso.
Yes,
That's right.
my bag of holding is returned.
Were you there for that when
No,
I bamboozled the sea witch my core is like the same magic that brought me to life could destroy the magic item that with the flame, because I too am an ancient being given life by the flame. So I put the bag of holding inside of my head and then put the fire inside of it.
Yep.
Oh my god, amazing.
And because it was in a different plane, she was like, okay, I can't find it. I guess it worked. And then we ran the fuck away. Scooby-Doo ran the fuck away before
and never go back.
Before she could figure out we were lying.
But now it makes me want to make a Warforged bard so I can do minor illusion as a projection from his mouth. Just thing. But yeah, I asked Sunny to not make a big deal of it, but kind of show him the weapon.
Sunny does like a slow head turn and just pulls out and goes, "Wacha."
He looks at it and looks at the craftsmanship of it. Okay, yeah, I can see. Looks how the head of it sort of glows or glints differently in light than normal metal does. It's like, okay, that does say they I would believe that they built this for you. May I see the key?
Lan just kind of goes, yeah. He looks around. Anybody have any objection? Okay. Well, he'll just hand it over.
Okay. He reaches over and he just sort of like picks it up and is like, whew, and sets it back in the box. Okay. Basically testing the heat. Okay. Yeah. If Brovok gave this to you, you must have done something good for them. So yeah, I believe your story. What
we can
about Bashab are you trying to find out?
I could keep going if nobody else. Okay.
Yeah. Murder's just like, yeah.
Lan launches into a kind of long-winded explanation of what we've done so far. Kind of a cruel, very low-key. The vampire-ness, the flame being stolen. I asked him if he's heard of that, actually. Did you know that happened?
That the flame had been stolen? No, I had not.
Oh.
But it was only... Actually, no. He probably would. He probably... Yeah. He says, yes, I received word of it about 2 days ago.
Yeah, so go through the explanation of the swamp and, the returning the flame and then creating this to murder a vampire. And then to say that... So the next thing that we're trying to figure out is the next bit of this rhyme that we found. I know, Ridiel, you have a journal because Lan does not remember this rhyme.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he was like, "You guys good?" I wasn't really paying attention. I'm just kind
of. So yeah, you can read the line out to him. Whew, okay, yeah. I can help you with that. So all of most of Bashaba's worshippers sort of remain out of the limelight. She is not seen as the best deity around town. So yeah, but her will is still being done. Are you trying to speak with her? Is that what your plan is?
Anybody got a better plan? Okay.
Yeah, we're not entirely sure. We need to know who her daughter is and I guess get 2 kisses.
Right. Or at least get a better understanding of how she's worshipped, if she has any daughters, trying to figure this out.
Well, probably Renith is the one you want to talk to. She is the head of the church for Bashaba. And she is in Clandestine, which is their temple.
I wasn't ready to write that down. Did someone else get that name?
No, could you please?
Okay, yeah.
You repeat that, sorry?
Her name is Reneth. Reneth.
Beneath, okay.
Okay.
In Clandestine.
Yes. That is the name of their temple, and they worship Bashaba and do her bidding through the city. Now I will tell you that those who do not worship Bashaba around here are very adamant against her. So I wouldn't go around telling people that you're looking for them. If you, for some reason, need to get information back, like I can get you to her, I believe. But after a later date, if you need to get information, your best bet would probably to be finding the poor around the city. There's a good chance that they have a connection to her.
Hmm.
The Alantir is the family that sort of runs the upper city, and you may have noticed their mansion on the hill on your way in.
Yeah.
They run this city, and they are sort of in charge of everything and sort of watch over. So I've had a few bad run-ins with them, and if not for my my brother, I would not have a business. So be just word of caution as you are in this city.
Well, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else we might need? Looking around.
I'm not
just
sure.
asking everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
He asked.
Like anybody else can think of anything.
Do you all know about Clandestine? About Bargersport's past and why everyone is against Bashaba?
We would
No.
love to hear
Land
A
the history lesson.
volcano.
Yes. The
Volcano.
yes, the volcano that exploded and covered the city in debris. It destroyed the city more or less, covered everything in mud and dirt, and thus is why everything here is so short, because this is all built upon the ruins of the first city. Now, a lot of the first city is still here, but it's just not really as accessible as it once was.
Why are the buildings so short?
Because a lot of the buildings you see are the third story of the buildings that used to be here.
That's kind of cool. So, like, do people just have floors made of lava in some of their houses?
Mud. It wasn't lava. It was like when the mountain exploded, all the dirt that came with the side of the mountain and coming down the waterways sort of flooded the city in just liquid dirt. And
that's creepy too. Like, be like, yeah, old grandma, she's under the floorboards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we the city lost a huge chunk of its population. Probably 2/3 of the people here died, all because Bashaba's will flipped one day.
You don't believe that, do you?
No, I think she is just. For good luck to exist, there must be bad luck. But yeah, people will tell you she is evil and thusly not to be worshipped.
So you can give us directions to this Reneth person, yeah?
Yes, I can.
button.
Oh, sorry, I was hitting the my mute button.
Oh, it's all good. I was like, he just says, "Yes, I can." Holds out
Yes, I
hand.
No, luckily he is not as corrupt as a lot of the city. But yeah.
Good.
So he sort of shows you around his place, so that others that see you are the other people that work there see that as if you were possible buyers or whatever. But yeah, he'll show you around, and then he can actually show you to a trap door he keeps that leads down to the sewers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great.
So are the sewers in like the second floor then?
So some of them are. You as you enter into the sewers, you will notice that there are some of them are like piping that have like the domed building, the domed like ceilings and walkways and whatnot with where the liquid like flows through. And other times you'll see that you're literally walking through a living room. So it is both. Like they're piping built through abandoned houses that have been sort of dug out to create this area. He as he's sort of walking you through the sewers, he lets you know that the way the sewer system works is from the tide. When the tide comes in, it sort of floods all of these passages and then sort of moves water in, and then as the tide comes out, it takes everything out. So yeah, that's what sort of keeps it clean.
Sewer issues.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Now,
quickly make a phone call, by the way. So once.
okay. So something to be aware of is that when high tide comes in, these places will be flooded. If you are down here, you will either be trapped or dead.
There's not like a better way to get there.
Better way to get to
Reneth.
Yeah, clandestine. Yeah.
No, Clandestine is 100% buried.
Oh.
Great. Is this the only entrance?
No. Well, to Clandestine, yes. I just meant the sewers in general.
Oh. Okay.
So all of the sewers that run through the city, this is the way they work. So if you ever, because the sewers exist, and like I said, Bashaba is not worshipped openly, so the sewer system is sort of an underground network, if you will, throughout the city that they sort of use to communicate and to travel and continue their work.
So, what are the timing on those tides?
Yeah, it's a good question.
So at noon, it is safe to enter, and you have about 6 hours. And then again at midnight.
Okay. So then, we're here still during the day.
Mm-hmm. It's just
So we
after,
probably got a
just
good
after
window.
lunch.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so he's able to show you through and help make your way, through the tunnels and navigate. And then
Before
Okay.
we like leave him,
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask if he knows a guy who has a kid named Josan.
I do not.
Okay, just a shot in the dark.
Okay.
Okay. Well, do we make the trek right now? It's a good window. We could wait till, well, after midnight's not a great idea. We could wait till tomorrow if we want to do something else beforehand. I'm fine with
what we
going.
would do.
I mean, Lance's fine with just going directly there so that we get this visit out of the way before the first high tide, and then we could come back during the day, if we need to. Because if we wait too long, we might be stuck in there. I'm sure there's another exit, but we just couldn't come back the way that we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
That's just his thought.
Is there a way to find other exits easily while in the sewers? Like signs down there?
To escape if you need to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the sewers have grates in their ceilings in the roads and the streets, and that's how our sewers work. Sort of like the old world where they had to throw chamber pots, just throw it into the street basically.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So they have a system, that can help. They have drainage so far to help with that issue, and so those grates are available even during high tide. That's the water doesn't pass those.
So technically, if you could find a grate, even if you couldn't open it, if you could stay near it, you wouldn't drown.
Yes.
Okay.
But you may have shit poured on you.
Yeah, I mean that's better than dying though.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We need to ask them if there's any bog dwellers or people who live out near their shit who are mad with their shit situation.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Do you have a bog witch?
No, not to my knowledge. But I don't go to the ports myself. But that's also not really a bog, that's the ocean. So, no?
Not
You
yet.
ever shit a diamond?
You had some of, yeah, okay. Yes, I have had. Yes, I have partaken in Diamond Devotion before.
Mm.
I guess it really is a devotion if you have to shit it out, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's an interesting little side effect that some people enjoy and some people are very much against, but
Why would you want to not shit diamonds?
some people just don't like that.
I think I get that. Well, I guess we go directly into the shit then.
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be great if
In the shit.
Was that the first thing you heard,
shit.
Cyrus? That'd be great. Oh, I didn't. That wasn't okay. I thought that was Cyrus going.
He was. He
Oh, okay.
did.
I heard him for a second, but I don't know where he went to now.
Hmm.
Oh, okay,
There you
Cyrus. Didn't know if you were still here, if you're still on the phone.
Charles was
I
asking if that was the first thing you heard upon coming back.
Yes,
Going
it
directly
was.
into the shit. Yeah.
It was indeed.
Good. I'm glad.
Okay. Well, then, if you are good with going under, he says you have time. That with the time that it is now, you are safe, and he will lead you.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, he takes you into, like I said, he shows you into the sewers, and as you're down there, you can see the way it's built, how it goes through buildings and other, what used to be Bargus Port before everything was flooded. It's just, some places are just tunnels dug through the mud and dirt and everything. And occasionally you'll find large objects down there. What is it?
This is cool.
This is cool.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like it's like a ruin, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you guys see yourselves on the map?
Yep.
Okay. As you were down there, it is fairly dark.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of light coming in from the outside, but then it is just leading to darkness. And I found this interesting little add-on that I can, if that works. Why is it not working?
It decided.
Yeah, I had it working before.
It
It's
just
supposed
did
to. It was supposed to cast. It gives the character the ability to just like have them cast light on themselves.
Like I see a little icon when I right click on my character. It's like a little sun, right?
Yeah.
Toggle light spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we have to, or maybe when you toggle it, you see it or something. Did you toggle it, Sunny?
I've toggled it a couple times.
Yeah, because it doesn't appear
like,
for me.
To right here, I don't have any vision. I have to like go through it to uncover Fog of War type thing.
Gotcha. Okay, well then, we'll just have to do it the old way.
Do it live.
How much bright light does it do? 10 feet of bright light?
Yes.
And then what, 20 feet of dim?
10 feet of dim, I think. 10 and 10.
Okay.
No, you're right. 20 feet of dim.
Okay.
20 feet of dim.
As you enter into this bit from the sewers, Oleg shows you that it's sort of an offshoot of the sewers, and you are moving sort of uphill a little bit, and you notice that you are in like a tower, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And it is here, where is it? Okay, so it was as you move through, you can see some of the dirt and debris that's in here, and you can hear water flowing through. And you are in a sunken bell tower. The once had huge chimes that existed in there. It now, of course, lies broken and on its side, buried in the mud. The top half of the tower rests at an angle, and it's like a 15-foot diameter tunnel. It's like at a 75-degree angle, so it's kind of a weird walk for you to get up this thing, but can still be done. Yeah. You can hear the roar of like water moving around you, and it sort of echoes oddly through the different chimes that still exist and that are in this tunnel. And yeah, you're sort of climbing across the stairs that used to be leading to the top.
So the stairs are still like where they would have been to climb, but now they're like laying down. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, so you're basically going through a church tower on its side that that fell down.
We're MC Eschering this right now.
Which one of us is the Goblin King with the bulge?
Who's the shortest? Or, well, he wasn't really that short, was he?
No, he was
Who
the
has the
tallest
most
motherfucker.
fabulous hair?
I mean,
Me.
No, yeah, definitely not Lan.
It depends. It might be Myrna if you count like her spikes.
Gems, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it's me because flowers grow out of my hair.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a question, DM. Does a sewer count as a swamp? It's got water.
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
I didn't really think so, but
Yeah. So he sort of he leads you down this area, sort of watching his footing as he goes. And I didn't make a token for him because he's not that important.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he just leads you down, and you just sort of head down the stairs. And as you get to there, Sunny, the others, I'll just move Myrna since she's would be lost in the dark.
Thank you.
You get down to there, and so you're sort of at the base of the tower where it originally stood, and there are two sort of men-at-arms down here. They tend to light, and they look a little menacing. And they have their hands on their weapons. And who goes there? Show yourself.
Sunny steps forward. He is
you're
not
front.
sneaky at all.
I mean, you're also glowing, so they know you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
Who are you? What are you doing there?
I am the Unsundered Barbican. I'm here to explore your shit pipes.
Don't threaten me with a good time,
It's kind of
Lan says.
suggestive.
Oleg sort of steps up and it was like, "There's this. Hey guys, it's me, Ash and Chisel. Do you remember me?" Yeah. Who are these guys? Oh, these are some. Sort of looks back at you guys. Adventurers? Kind of shrugs. Is that word
I
accurate?
think adventurers is accurate, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He looks back through them. Yeah, they are here. They sort of need help, and I think Reneth is their best bet. They've helped out my family back in Anvil Plunge, so I think they're worthy. Or not worthy. I think they're trustworthy. So, can they? You mind if they come in?
Button.
Oh, sorry, wrong button. They sort of look at each other, and they're like, "Yeah, okay." And he just sort of leads you in. Here, I'll put Almri in there to act as sort of as a person, so you can see.
Yeah.
Since otherwise you're just like wandering around. Something you notice, is that these down here at the bottom, and where the tide, where the base of the tower is. What am I trying to read? Yeah, you sort of notice that there's like another point that goes down lower, so like where water could be. So it's sort of like low tide is it goes down, and part of this room would be a little submerged during high tide. So not submerged like to the roof, just that there would be water on the floor and everything. So a couple feet of water. But yeah. So then yeah, Omri sort of leads you in. Sorry, Oleg. I don't know why.
I mean,
Dwarf guy.
right on it says Aubrey, so it's about
Yeah.
to confuse.
So he leads you in through all of this.
Squeeze it.
No.
Yeah. Oh God, it's a party in here.
Yeah, it's a rave going on.
So yeah, there is a fairly large torch, like three pronged trident torch. I don't know what you want to call that.
Candelabra.
There we go. I like that word. Here.
We just made it up. I'm glad you like it.
Thank you. So yeah, so those winding narrow steps sort of end in this like dugout chunk. So this building is like the part of the walls are still there, but also a lot of it has been sort of covered in muck and whatnot. And this is sort of it's an entrance hall now, sort of a welcoming chamber, and there are two passages, one going west and one going north. And he says, Oleg says, yes, I will show you to the seating area, and I will see if the priest is in. So he heads north. And then I'll just do this. Damn it.
undead.
But
Yep, makes sense.
that's what Vash kept
There you go.
threatening.
Stone shape.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, he brings you into this room, and he says, please have a seat, and I'll be back in just a minute. So then he heads out, and sort of he doesn't close the door, but sort of shuts it a little bit behind him. So as he brings you into this area, it is lavish furnishings decorate this sort of brick-hewn chamber. There is a chandelier that hangs from the ceiling, and multiple candles light the chamber. Several soft couches surround a small table. There's a bunch of silver serving platters laden with fruits and candies surrounding by napkins made of silk. There's a crystal decanter of wine and matching goblets on the table. It's a very grand appearance, but you're not really sure why, other than just a sitting room maybe. So there is a Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying something. So the looks really, really well designed. There's a fireplace in here, which probably wouldn't have want to fire in, because this whole place is buried. You just smoke yourself out. But yeah, there is the mantle over it has decorative urns that are covered in gems, and there are two swords crossed with a shield above it. It's all very, very splendid looking. So yeah, he's going to be gone for a little bit. Is there anything you want to do?
Check for vampires.
Yeah.
How does
What?
one check for vampires?
Oh, I want to look for ham.
Looking for ham?
Yeah, I was at the Dungeons and Dragons online.
Yep.
I want to do that
Yep.
emote.
Look for ham.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that Lan is just looking at any of the decorations that he can, and it's basically a given with Lan.
Okay. I mean, it probably sounded like I was joking, but I'm serious.
Well-
I'm gonna use primeval awareness to check for undead.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, you cast that, as you are sitting at. I'm guessing you're sitting down at one of the tables, so in one of the chairs at the table.
I should probably stand, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do not sense any kind of undead in this area.
Cool.
It's reassuring.
Cool. Huh?
It's reassuring.
Yeah.
Okay.
My light spell slot.
But I mean, I guess it means you're safe for now.
Actually, I have a question.
What's that?
This says I expend a spell slot,
Yes.
but could I cast it as a ritual? It's not really a spell. It's more of an action.
Yeah, it's a class feature, I think.
No, because it says it.
Okay.
If it had the ritual tag in it, I would. But
It's fair. Just figured I'd ask.
I mean, how long are we going to be waiting? Because if you wait an hour, if we're here for as short as half an hour to an hour.
1 hour, yeah.
1 hour, yeah.
I'm not
It's
going to
like,
get a spell slot back from a short rest.
Yeah.
All we need to do is not get in combat. Can we do that?
I don't know.
Do we trust ourselves? I don't know.
We'll try.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
What are you talking about? We avoided that whole conflict in the thing. We're good
I
at
believed in us.
We're good
Yeah,
at
but I
not
don't think that
fighting.
could. I don't think passing out cake is gonna work out every single time.
Don't know
You
until
think
you
these
try.
people have seen Cake recently? I mean, yes, they can come out of here, but they're not liked. So,
As
never
long as
know.
they don't tell anybody, yeah.
That's true.
Okay. So yeah, do you guys, you're just hanging out, not really doing anything? I didn't know if you wanted to look at
I don't
anything.
think there's much to peruse around. We'll just wait for old mate to come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, after about maybe 10 or 15 minutes, you see him. And he comes back by. He's like, okay, she will meet with you.
Great. Button.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it says she'll see you now, and then I will just...
Phases through a wall.
Yeah.
Look at how special
he
we are.
leads you. He leads you to this sort of grand area, grand hall, and it is quite nice.
And familiar.
Yes, those longtime viewers might recognize this room from previous plus one shot campaigns. So it is different now, but
There are no heads on stakes.
yes, there are no heads on stakes this time.
Yeah.
Blood
And no
fountain.
undead.
No one did.
And no one.
And no blood fountain, right?
No talking sword Dolahan.
I was just thinking about that guy earlier.
Yeah, so yeah, this looks it's just a nice temple. You see like flaming chandeliers hanging from the ceiling that are providing both light and some warmth. There are like canisters of like flaming oil offer like some light also around the rooms. This temple room is huge, and its massive walls helped the chamber sort of escape substantial damage when everything else was around it was buried. There are some pretty massive cracks that radiate throughout the stone. The glass murals that were decorating the walls are missing bits and pieces. Sort of sparkling multicolored lights reflect around the room from flames, and there are dark marble pillars that support the fractured ceiling 50 feet overhead. That's what those 6 squares are. And yeah, the chambers have hallways leading out of them, and leading to alcoves and recesses and the rest of this cathedral or this church. There is a basin-like altar at the northern part of the room, and a throne on a raised dais sits just behind the altar. And within the basin is a pile of fine ash used for ceremonies to the mistress. Yeah, and there's some stuff written around. And then you notice it's highlighted on Sunny. You notice a lady sort of approach you.
Mm-hmm.
She is a sort of an attractive half-elf woman with sort of striking blue hair, which is unusual for elves, I think.
Dark blue or light blue?
It's sort of a dark blue.
Mm.
Welcome. Oleg here tells me that you have some business with us, possibly. What might that be?
As we wait.
Cyrus.
Yeah, as we wait to see who wants to talk first.
You also notice that there are a few other people sort of milling about the area. I know it says bandits, but I just use them as tokens for people.
Well, okay. Well then, Lan will speak up from behind and say, "Business maybe. We definitely need some information.
Okay.
Has he told you anything about what we need to do?
Yes, he mentioned the line that you had given him from a tomb, I believe you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I know what you're referring to, but I'd like to have you tell me just to be sure.
And just kind of, he does not know what Bashaba is. Yes, it's luck, but does she like vampires? We'll find out. So he explains just the tomb, the reawakening, and us trying to figure out this rhyme to put the vampire back where it should be. Like as little information as he can give at first.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Does Bashaba's daughters in there kiss? Land's
Yes.
like, yes. Ring a bell?
So, well, Bashaba's daughter would be me, as the head priestess of Clandestine here. I am the highest ranking, so I'm pretty sure that would refer to me.
Land kind of looks over to Sunny, and Sunny, you can feel his jealousy. It's like, is she gonna have to kiss Sunny or the weapon, or like, how does this work? So you said that you're familiar with what we're talking about. What do you know about Accrual?
Well, I don't know that name particularly. But I mean, I guess I can believe that would be the one. The name seems fitting. That this history of this ritual that you are referring to. I've heard of it before, and I know the general idea of it, and I know I have the texts that can talk about it. But I guess my question to you is why? Why are you doing this?
Len looks around to everybody else before he answers.
Why would we want a undead vampire to destroy the world?
Yeah, I feel like the threat of the sun no longer working is quite a bit of a incentive to ensure that this all happens, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She sort of looks around. You can sometimes get used to the darkness.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
what about the plants and stuff? That would cause like a really big famine.
Yes, I see your point. Are you willing to, help Bashaba in any way for this ritual to be done?
Do we roll them lucky bones? She is a goddess of luck, correct?
She is.
I just kind of whispered to Ridial, do you think that's like offensive?
To what? To roll dice?
Yeah, like roll them bones. Is that like offensive?
Probably not.
Yeah, and to Sunny too.
I don't have bones.
Fair enough.
Okay. Well. And what item do you have? Do you have the scepter?
Kind of.
It's been modernized a little bit, you could say.
May I see it?
Wapow.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Every time he pulls it out, just wapow.
Interesting. Okay, please, if you would, please follow me. So she heads up north.
Zoom.
What's the general vibe in here?
So, give me a perception roll.
Oh, hey, my light is working all of a sudden. Let me see if can I toggle
it's
that
in.
now?
Okay.
No, I went into your character token.
Oh,
and did
okay.
it.
Okay. Oh.
10. You just notice that there are people sort of not wandering. That's not the right word, but like about in here and meandering. Yeah, that's a good word. Meandering around through here. You notice that one of them is dressed in sort of like rags, very much looking like a homeless person. And then two of the others are just sort of dressed in sort of like simple garbs. But you notice that they both have weapons on them. So
I'm gonna give the homeless guy a cupcake.
give the homeless guy a cupcake.
Yeah.
Okay. He looks at you for a second and then sees the cupcake and he's, why thank you.
It's lemon.
It's very nice of you.
He gets mad because it wasn't a 20, so he couldn't go buy food or go buy booze with it.
Oh my gosh.
Actual shit I've seen happen.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to give a homeless guy a gift card to Panera or something like that. The guy got mad.
Must
He just
not have
wasn't.
been- Yeah. Must
Wasn't
have been
20.
a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Button.
Oh, sorry. So she leads you up and around.
Mm-hmm.
Minus one cupcake.
Why can I not move this?
How many cupcakes did you get anyway?
Oh no.
Got like 10.
How about
10 cupcakes. That's a lot of cupcakes.
dozen? Yeah.
So-
I need a box of holding.
A box of holding.
Yeah, you need the rigid size so we don't squish the cupcake.
Yeah.
So she leads you down this corridor,
Mm-hmm.
and
Are they muffins or cupcakes if they don't have icing?
I think it's depending on the type of material.
Okay.
Like
How much
cake.
sugar?
Yeah.
Sorry. Keep going.
So she leads you down to this like little hallway, and you can't really see it due to mapping, but this little hallway, and there is a door just shortly thereafter, and so she knocks on the door, waits a couple minutes, and you hear a female voice inside. Say 1 second, and the door opens, and a lady sort of appears from like the hallway and sort of steps around to sort of look, and there is a sort of goes, what is, and he goes, the Reneth goes, my lady, I believe these people are here to see you. I think they are trustworthy enough. They are here for the ritual. I know not exactly what you do, but I believe you can better help them. And so she's like, okay. And she steps out of the room. She's wearing like a white priest-like outfit, has her hood sort of covers most of her hair, and she wears a white mask that covers the bottom half of her face, sort of in like a white porcelain mask. And she says, well, thank you. That was, thank you, Lumkul. You've been a great help. And
You fibber.
I want to yell something dumb.
and so you see the lady in white step out, and the other lady sort of steps back, and her face starts to change, her hair starts to disappear, and she starts to walk away down this other chamber. Hi, how may I help you all?
We're here for a kiss.
Yes, I do know of this ritual, though I have never performed it myself. To help bless a weapon, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Wow.
Oh, that is the weapon in question, eh? I've
Indeed.
never seen it myself. I've just heard of it in one of our books.
Some alterations have been made. We're a very artistically creative group.
I see that. I see that. Okay. Well, yes, I can help you with your problem. However, I am in need of a favor, as you are.
What sort of favor?
Yeah, so what type of transaction are we talking about here?
Well, I'm sure you have seen the sewers. That's how you had to take them to get here.
Well, how could I not see the sewers?
Mm-hmm. They have recently been, shall we say, invaded by a necromancer.
Of course.
And now I tried to be friendly and greet them appropriately, and I sent some scouts, and unfortunately they returned to me shambling. So I am less than pleased with my new neighbors. So,
Yeah, that tends to tank the neighborhood.
So if you could investigate this for me, find out a little more of what's going on, then I would be more than willing to perform this ceremony for you. What do you say?
So, look, do the whole looking between the party, like, you guys want to go evict a necromancer out of the sewer?
What do you know
Time to
about
more
the
beat up.
necromancer?
Time to beat up more undead.
Wouldn't be the first time? Yeah, sure. Do that.
But like, what do you know about this necromancer? Do you have a name?
I
Place
do
where we can
not.
find them specifically?
I do know of the general area. Like I said, she recently, how shall we say, availed herself to the local graveyard and found herself some new minions to deal with, and we're seen heading in to the sewers of the East End.
Is that more than a mile away from here?
Yes, it is. It is a bit far from here, but
Not
I mean, I
out of
would.
character.
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, I would assume you would use land travel to get there faster, but
I just asked because my thing is my primeval awareness is a mile away, and I was like, hold on a sec.
I know. So yeah, so she sort of explains a little bit more of the problem of a necromancer that has moved in and the problems that this has caused. It was noticed by the upper city as well. So it is a known problem. And so she is not fond of having these sort of undead in her sewers, as she sees it, her neighborhood. She sees that it is her responsibility for all of the Undercity to sort of be safe, as she sees it. But she is fairly busy running the day-to-day business of Clandestine, and would like for you to help her out.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
necromancers means a support for a cruel, theoretically.
Well, so you know where this necromancer is. In your opinion, Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I believe I know. We know where she went in, and I've sent some scouts into a few areas, and the ones that came back as zombies sort of give me a better idea. But yes.
Okay. Do you think we could get there before high tide?
I'm not sure. Seeing as how you don't know your way around, I would recommend that you start as early as possible to give yourself the most amount of time to get around. And seeing as how it is only an hour or two away till we have left of low tide, I would recommend not going now. You can either wait until midnight when low tide sets back in, or wait until noon tomorrow. Either way, I can have one of my people show you around the best entry point, if you will.
Genius plan. I have a genius plan.
And what might that be?
I'll go lure the Necromancer and her undead out. When the tide comes out, they'll get swept away, and I can't drown.
Yes, but you can get swept away as well. Just because you can't drown doesn't mean that the tidal rips aren't going to drag you around like a rag doll.
They can't drown either. They're undead.
But the Necromancer might.
The tides going in and out are very dangerous. So while you may not breathe, I believe you still bruise, and they will throw you around.
Yeah, I'm all for sneaky ways of undermining stuff, but I don't think this is a good idea, Sonny. It's got the
shrug.
It's got the veto from me.
The verbal shrug. Well, theoretically, if we did it during the day, that's an extra level of perhaps protection. I mean, we are enclosed down here, but
yes, you will not see the sun regardless.
I think, like I said before, I think we should get a lay of the land before we do anything drastic, and this is certainly touching on drastic territory. So let's take it slow. The Necromancer's been here for a while; you're not going to be going away anytime soon.
That's a fairly recent development. It is not been a while.
Well, more to the point, if we run in there unprepared, then we're just going to wind up being a bunch more bodies for the Necromancer to throw back at you. So let's just take it slow.
Caution is always wise.
So then, do we scout in the small amount of time that we have right now, or do we wait until after?
I mean, gleaning information through scouting would probably be wise.
But we only had an hour or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still just a little bit, and then we reconvene. I mean, do you just want to wrap up so we won't get beset by the current?
If the problem is scouting is well and good, but what if there's an altercation that takes us into high tide?
Right.
All right, no, fair point. Okay, let's just put a pin in it for now. I think approach it when the next day after the tide is done doing its leaving. Yeah.
Not bad.
Wait, are we avoiding midnight?
Yes, you can go down during midnight. That will work as well. That way, as you travel through the city to get to that end of the sewers, you would be less noticed. If that is something you wish.
Midnight is the time of the highest tide, is it not?
No, midnight will be low tide.
Oh, okay.
So you can go in the earliest you can go is noon or midnight.
Okay, then we have
find
6-hour window.
Okay.
Actually, can I just make a pair of night vision glasses for Myrna?
If that's one of the 4 that you picked, yeah. Because you have to pick 4 of them when you take the thing, and then you can switch between 2 of the 4 every morning.
Technically not morning. Okay, yep, cool. No, never mind then.
Well, not morning, after a long rest.
Long
so.
rest. Because
So, yeah,
Taurus's thought is going in high tide and midnight, or going in during low tide and midnight would be well and good. But if Myrna can't see, that's going to be a little problematic. But if we can find a way around that and allow her to see in the dark, then
Regardless of whether it's midnight or noon, it's underground.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sewers
it'll
are
be kind
in
of
okay,
dark.
good point.
Yeah.
Well, even more reason to get something so the Myrna can see.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still leave Sunny. Sunny also cannot see in the dark.
My understanding was that we had 2 hours till high tide, not 2 hours till low tide, which is midnight, correct? Or what time is it right now?
So it is at like 4:30.
Okay.
It will soon be high tide, and if you were there during high tide, it would be bad. So you
I just thought we were shifted 6 hours. Okay, makes sense.
So yes, it is currently safe, but you do not have long for it to be safe.
Right.
And then once high tide kicks in, you will need to be out.
Yeah. So then, yeah, we can try and take care of the dark vision and drop down at midnight if we want.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. Well, then while you are here and helping us out, I make the temple available to you. If you like, the room just behind you all, to the west over here, is our dining room. We have a kitchen. I'm sure they will be starting on dinner soon if you are hungry. Or if you choose, you can go back to the surface and see the city, whichever you choose.
What y'all want to do?
If we're going at midnight, you guys will probably need some rest.
Yeah, perhaps. Wait, we definitely got a long rest since the inn or the tavern.
Yes. Well, yes, because you've been on the river for however long.
Yeah.
Rolling, resting
Yeah.
on the river.
Well, I don't. There's nothing that I need to rest for then.
I do.
Okay. Well, you said you guys. If you said you, then I would have been like, yeah, whatever. I'm fine with that. Do you need a long rest?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's the only way they can get.
Yeah.
That's the only way she gets her spells back.
But the reason I said you guys is because, normally she can do a 4-hour sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I need to do a long rest anyway to build the glasses.
That would put us almost exactly at midnight, would it not? If we're a couple hours before 6, yeah.
It'll be like 12:30 or something.
Mm-hmm. So then I think the best plan is to stay down here if she'll let us rest here and then launch, or get closer to where we need to be and rest and then launch from there.
Yes. She points you behind as where the kitchen is, and then just south of there is a sort of a room, sort of a barracks style for many of our disciples. And you can sleep down there. Just please don't make a mess.
Can
Where
do.
would we make a mess?
I don't know.
Some people are rude.
We got all our diamond shitting out already. We're not going to make a mess. I'm stuck on this. I'm sorry.
Very well. If you need any more assistance, please let me know. And she heads back into her room.
Go. Well, then we eat, we rest, and we head out.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a good plan to me. I'll get myself started, shall I?
Okay. Like help. Oh no. Do you have rolls or anything?
What do you mean help with what, cooking?
No, with his glasses making.
Oh,
I don't think
no.
I have any roles for it, but if you want to just say like in character, she's like, oh, what's that? Like, more than happy to.
Sure.
No,
Can you
speaking
only
of
make
food,
one?
I can make I think I can make 2. I can make 2 because I've chosen 2 magical items. I believe it's my
Okay.
proficiency things.
Yeah,
Check
when
it on.
as a third, you have access to four objects that
Yeah.
lists plus certain level 1 magical items. So you pick those 4, and then after every long rest, you can activate 2 of them. So,
Alright.
so depending on what 4 things you created.
Yeah, I'm just checking my stuff. So I'll keep the bag of holding. The arcane focus and enhanced defense can be left off, and I shall. Where is it? No, not homuncular servant. That's someone else. What are the glasses called again?
Goggles of Night.
G.
Brought to light.
At least I think that's what
There
they're
we-
called.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I
Here we
think so.
go. Sweet.
So are those are the 4 items you've chosen.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, enhanced defense and enhanced defense, enhanced arcane focus, replicate magic item bag of holding, replicate magic item goggles of night.
Okay.
All right. You think that's a
Speaking-
good place to stop?
Yeah, that's perfect because I was about to say, speaking of food, I need to go and actually get some food sorted because I'm a hungry boy.
Yeah, me too.
Not a problem. Yeah, so this is the temple. You have the rain for the next couple hours while you wait. When that happens, she will provide you one of her scouts to lead you to the right place. But we will get into that next time when we.
Side note.
What's that?
I left the dog with Oleg.
You left the dog with Oleg.
Yeah, he's not in the sewers.
Well, Oleg is with you in the sewers.
Okay, I left the dog at Oleg's place.
Okay.
If he would allow it.
He would be very hesitant, I think, to just have a dog, have a
Random dog,
coyote
yeah.
in his shop.
Yeah, but he's very nice.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can probably convince him. I'll say.
I'll do a roll for it if you want.
Sure. What's your persuasion?
Oh, it's +5. Cool. I'm gonna roll a 2. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, I would probably be a failure then.
Yeah, I got an 8, but still.
Yeah, 8. I was thinking like something above a 10, possibly a 12.
That's fine. Dog's with us then.
Yeah, he's down here. But I mean, like I said, so is Oleg.
Mm-hmm.
Can
Oh, no.
Maybe they'll let us. Will
can-
they let us leave him here at the churchy church?
well, I was gonna for leaving it in the shop. Sonny was gonna be like, "Do you really want a coyote following you around in the shit pipes, shaking shit everywhere,
Oh God. No.
Assistance. Roll
tracking stinky footprints everywhere?"
So he'll be with you down here. But I'm sure one of the people here can watch him.
Mhm.
Can beg for scraps from the kitchen, which pleases the cook for some reason.
Okay.
It's a dog lover.
Yeah, this is kind of a shelter for a lot of like the unwanted. So I would assume that they'd be kind of okay with it, especially if we're doing a favor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, this is not just our dog. This is a friend that we made along the way. He's a traveling companion.
Mhm.
Plus, this is a big favor for a couple of lousy kisses.
Yeah.
Fair.
It is an entire ceremony.
Kisses. Is that the way you said that? You're like, couple of lousy kisses.
Cool, very cool. Well, we will be back in 2 weeks. Also, if you want to stop by tomorrow night, see about our D&D Diablo game. So
Yeah.
if that sounds interesting.
It's gonna be
Please
all
do.
RP tomorrow.
Anton is the DM, and I am a different person, and Philip is a different person, and Aaron is a different person, and then I don't know, the nature might be here too.
We'll see.
Very cool. Well, thanks everybody for watching. It was great having you, and we will see you again shortly.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye-bye
everybody.
now.